How's it going, folks? Just waiting for Giddy to join in here, and another lad off TikTok is going to be jumping in here. A lad called Rian, so everybody knows. How are you, Robert? Paul, what's the story? So we're going to be talking about Friday's protest. I know, Paul, you don't like protesting, but yeah, it's about Friday's protest. How are you, Darren? What's the story, bro? That's correct, Daz. I just have to notice your profile picture there. I'm just waiting on Giddy to jump in. Giddy and Billy Colleen. How are you, Pauline? How are you? Hope you're well. What's the story, Jono? Missed your live after me saying it. No, sorry. Yeah, you're grand, bro. You're grand. I'll be live again tomorrow. I'll be wanting around again tomorrow. And then on Friday, I'll be in the same again. I'll be in town again on Friday for this protest. Being there about 2:30. How are you, halal pork? How are you, halal pork? Huh? What are those crowns? Which crowns, bro? The missus came in with the shopping. That's what happens, isn't it? Distraction. There's always a distraction out there, Jono. Or see, what's her name? I don't know what people's views on her is. Michelle Keane is getting called out now. People are calling her a traitor, and they're saying that she was part of. I know she was close to Sinn Féin a few years ago. I'm only finding this out myself. No, mate, I've been protesting years. We were trying to warn about migration pact before. Yeah, Paul, I get all that. Yeah, I know, bro. How many people turned up for that? About 10, wasn't it? 10, 15 people, if that. Not good for her now. I know, I don't get why. No, there's a lot of people now calling her out. I actually gave her support. I wanted to get her up in the channel there a few weeks ago. I was seeing her now at a lot of protests. How are you, TJ? Seeing her at a protest. So I thought she was doing the right thing. Like, she went to City West. I don't know if she woke them up. They woke themselves up. They went out and protested themselves, and then she came and joined the party. That's the way I seen it anyway. And we were protesting there for a couple of years, before any of the locals even got out there and protested. But I'm glad that they're all waking up now. I'll put the link out there, Giddy. I was just waffling on there, man. I wasn't even looking at the comments. Time she was part of it. It's 2003. Is that when she was part of it, Darren, was it? Yeah. See, this is what people aren't getting it. They're just seeing the picture of her standing beside Mary Lou. And they're assuming it's recent. How are you, Robert? Just text Boots. Yeah, nice and Giddy, yeah. Must that beam me up, Scotty, is it? In the house. Did you get that link, Giddy, yeah? But I do get what you're saying, Paul O'Neill, yeah. The chance was there to fill the streets with people to stop it. And about 15 people turned up, so the government just probably laughed out the window, looking at us, making a fool of ourselves. What's the story, Finn?
Yupa.
Did you send it on to Rain, yeah?
Oh, shit.
Yupa.
Fuck. If I do that now, we're going to get, what do you call it? We're going to drop again.
If you get knocked down, just come back up again.
Yeah.
Go over and grab him, yeah. What's the story for now? Did you get sorted out? I think she's calling all the corruption now. be honest, Robert, I never heard much of Michelle King when I first started doing this. I didn't know much anything about her. It's only in recent weeks now. She wanted to come up with the podcast and stuff like that. I just do my own thing. I do my own stuff, and so I don't really names don't stick in my head. How are you, Freeland? It's like he come back up now again, is it? Yeah. What's the story?
Yeah, he can't make it tonight. He's busy at the moment. But look, not the end of the world. We'll sort it another day. For now,
see if you can get him on tomorrow night. But this is what we want to know. We want his explanation on what's happening on Friday, since he's supposed to be part arranging it, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, like I say, you all right, Lily? How are you? Welcome in. Jono, all right, brother. Paul and Neil, Finn, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Robert, how are you doing? So, how many have we got in there at the moment? Because we're only at the start.
15.
Yeah.
15. Every KO.
Quite a few more people to come over.
There's Daz in the comments there as well.
All right, Daz. What's the story, bro?
Are you coming in, Daz, on Friday? There seems like there's going to be fairly big numbers there.
Come up on the link, Daz.
And that post that was made. That post that was made, not the one you sent to me earlier on, I posted it out or not. Who made that? Who made it?
I think it's Truth Believe or something Truth.
Is that the American girl?
Yeah.
She made it. Is she going to be there?
No, obviously not. I just rubbed it.
Yeah,
so. But look, come here, I got quite a few people sharing out, and look, if it makes people turn up, who cares who made it? Do you know what I mean?
This is what I was asked earlier on. I got, as I said it earlier on, I got a text message asked me who set this up, who arranged it, and I says I was assuming Ireland first. That's the way I kind of heard it all. People, Ireland first was setting it up, right? Fair enough.
It's set up by the people, not by anybody in particular. It's set up by the people. The people who don't want these people to march down onto our GPO and take the piss out of our country. We've had enough. All out war, knuckles dragging across the ground, carpet burns and all that sort of shit. Get me?
Do you think it's going to kick off?
Do I think it's going to kick off? Like I can't see it kicking off, but
as in people getting arrested.
Yeah, I'd say so. Probably. Are you going to the march on the 8th? What's that march for, Robert?
I heard about this today.
And where is it actually? Sorry.
I thought the next one after that was the 16th. The one that camping out. It's a 2-day, 1-night thing.
Oh, yeah. That's on the 15th, 16th, isn't it?
15th and 16th or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you going to?
I don't know if I'm going to camp out, man. I'm my prolapse disc. We never get you back up in the morning.
We'll be grand,
stuck to the floor.
So I can't fucking play it. I need a fucking plug in.
Yeah,
we'll be grand.
Yeah. I'm going to go in, man. I'm going to go in on the 15th. You know what I mean? If I have to, I'll go back in the morning. If I have to.
So the 8th is the GPO to the Dáil. On the 8th, what day does that fall on the 8th?
Who set that up, Big Tips, do you know?
Mousy, it's a native word here. I had to change because...
heavy native. Halal pork. I had to change because so Arabic was using native words and different studies saying shit. Oh, jeez. I think a few of the lads are getting that on TikTok as well. People are using their profile pictures and pretending they're
Uh,
them, going and saying
then
shit.
you talking about Michelle Keane? Nah, I wouldn't be standing with her at all from going up the north. That's my honest fucking opinion, and I don't care what people think. I do it for her own people, but not for her. A standoff to call a dissolve of the doll. Yeah, good and well, but look, she went up to the fucking north and stood with fucking loyalists. Nah, that's just my honest opinion, Saz, and anybody else that's listening. Sorry.
In my opinion, man, I couldn't stand with a loyalist. I mean, I couldn't. Just it would bring shame on my family. You know what I mean? I would.
I know. That's before
But
she
at the
went.
same
Paul.
time, if somebody wants to do that, I mean, I'm not going to think on them any different. And that's why.
Oh,
And your man came in. Jr. came in last night into that live last night, and he says, "Mousy, you know me 2 years, and you know, I mean, I made one mistake, and I didn't know I was making a mistake and all that. And I don't know. I kind of believe the lad. I mean, that he didn't think he was standing with those sort of people.
sorry. Can I just answer the Paul? Paul,
Yeah.
I didn't. We didn't even know that she was part of anything like that. If I hadn't known anything like that, I'd definitely not having anything to do with her. But we only found that out in the last few days that she went up there. Do you get me?
Yeah,
Because you're
Rumpel,
talking about all
100%.
this stuff, and that was
Unions can be
2 years
reasoned with,
ago.
loyalists can't. 100%.
What's it?
Unions can be reasoned with, loyalists can't. And that's why I said I'd never stand with a loyalist. Can't. They're literally burning their flags. That's what they're literally fucking, man. No, they're not good people, man. They're butchering people, butchering our people. And then next thing we have to stand with them and fight their battle. But I didn't see any of them coming down and standing with us to fight our battle. And we've been fighting this
So,
battle for a couple of years, man. And maybe a couple of them did turn up. Remember, JR said it last night that a couple turned up to the Killer protest, and that's how it got rolling. That they went up to Belfast.
yeah, well, I stand fast. I said like I can't forgive him, and I won't forgive him, and that's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, that's everybody has their own opinion, yeah, or what they want to do. And I mean, I don't think he deserved what he got, man. You know what I mean? Getting a
No,
hiding, you know what I mean? For
no. Now, see, I don't believe that. No,
don't
at the
believe
end
what.
of the day, I just no. Look, at the end of the day, if you put yourself in that predicament, you deserve everything that comes your way. And for the like, that's like to stand with
So, man,
loyalists. Yeah,
the three of
regard
us
like
were getting text, man, for going to Belfast that time, and all I was doing was meeting Galway
yeah,
girl to give her a
yeah,
goodie.
yeah,
But I was
yeah.
getting
But that
stressed
was
that day saying, Mouse, you're going there having secret fucking meetings with the loyalists. So I don't know where that fucking rumour came from, but it went around. And
Simple D trying to do that. We know that now, and obviously everybody else knows that now. But yeah, anyway, Giddy, I was warning you. She was a wrong one. Bullshit. She is a government shell with Maliki. Yeah, they all want to fit their head in the door, Paul. That's what my honest belief is. Obviously, I'm still only learning too. You have to bear in mind. I don't know everything that's going on. I support my country, like I've always said. And that's all I do. You know, I support what my country needs. I support the people who stand with me. Not fucking Malachy Stevens or anybody like that, as I've made very clear many times.
yeah,
I'm not a
Rumpel,
politician.
definitely agree with you. No one's saying we have to become besties, but we do have a common interest now. You know, he's right in what he's saying. We do have a common. We're fighting the same battle,
Rumpel,
even though,
I,
like, no, we do have past history.
I'm too pig headed, and that's being honest. I'm just way too pig headed. I could never stand with loyalists. I can never ever do it or stand under a Union Jack. I just couldn't do it with people
No,
like
I
that.
couldn't stand on the Union Jack either. So, man, even the people from the Protestants are giving out about the Irish flag being up there. To see it the other day, the video that was going around. I don't know what was going. I couldn't tell you exactly what was going on in the video, but it looked like a Palestinian march, and these people were shouting across. Next minute, there was a British flag or a loyalist flag kind of hanging on the pole, but across there was a person that was holding the Irish flag, and they were going mad to the coppers. They were saying, "There's that flag, get that fucking flag down now!" All that kind of shit across the road. You know, so they still have that hatred for that Irish flag. You know what I'm trying to say? It wouldn't be the same standing
Yeah,
with
right,
your.
Luke. What's the story, Luke? Jono in Limerick, how are you? Just saying hello to people
Sorry,
coming in there
catch
now.
up on the fighting two engines now. Yeah, City Billy, yeah, definitely.
Can you send this out to Boots? Because I sent it to him already.
Don't know how to man without jumping off.
Uh,
I don't trust Pepper anymore. Yeah, a lot of people are losing trust in them all. That's yeah, he's definitely in Stan's pocket. Yeah, no, a lot of people fell out of trust with him over the years. Like, oh, since I got involved, and I heard about me personally, I don't have anything against Gavin Pepper. He hasn't done
Doing
anything
so
wrong with me,
well, and we
but I can
fucking.
see what everybody's saying about him. I can understand.
Is that you,
How
son
you
of
live?
Air?
What's the story?
Freedom, Free Ireland. Is
People's
that son of
correct.
Air?
Say
Richard,
again, Giddy.
Free Ireland 2023. Is that son of Air? Sorry, guys. Have a night,
It
everybody.
could
I
be,
have to
is it?
yawn.
Is that you, son of Air? Free Ireland.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
Give
right,
him a
yeah.
link. He wants to jump up because something very interesting that he wants to tell everybody about. I'm not too sure about it all, so I'll let Son of Air, well, Free Ireland there, that is all about it. Just click on the link there, turn off your camera, and come up.
Yeah, I think you might have to leave on your camera just for a second and then turn it off before you get into the box.
The place between Republicans and
Straight away, I
Labour
can accept it.
protected by all the lads. But the mad thing was Republicans had blacks and Arabs in their ranks. Yeah, because they sold us out halal pork.
Are we doing it?
That's why I don't trust anybody up there. And I just say it straight. I know some people won't like that, what I have to say, but come here. I'm more concerned about Southern Ireland. Yeah, we all want 32, but come here. If they can't even sort out their own shit up there, what's the point in us trying to sort it out for them? So leave them to it, let them do their thing.
He is now, yeah.
How's it going, everybody?
You alright, bro? What's
Good,
the
bro.
story?
You hear me there, yeah?
Yeah.
Guys, so this is mainly a message. This is to the women now. This is to the women.
You alright,
And
lady of air? What's the story?
what's up? Can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah,
All
just
good,
saying
bro.
hello to the people. You will get overthought sometimes because everybody that's coming in, we always say hello to them.
Right, cool. Do you want me to go with this now, do you? Like,
Yeah, go for it. Go on. So,
right,
guys, here's
No way.
Tim back and have a listen to this. Waiting to check out this stuff. Go ahead.
right, guys. So, about a year, 6 months ago, the revenue released a thing called Islamic financing, right? So it's in conjunction is with Sharia law, right? This law forbids the making of or receiving of interest payments. Islamic finance agreements will have a similar objective to other financial transactions, which is total bullshit. That's just word jargon, but are often structured in an alternative way regarding debt. So if you really listen to that there, that's interest-free money on mortgages, right? That's just a start of it. You can get that on revenue. You can't just by typing in Islamic financing. There's 320 pages there if you want to go through it all. But the rough breakdown is that you are being sold out, you are in the price of your houses, right? If you go to myhome.ie, you can see the featured properties right there at the moment, 2 new builds, right? In average areas around the country. Starting between 700,000 to 870,000, right? That's called myhome.ie. Or you can get an older house, 2-bedroom, for 440,000. It's in a village, not even a city. Right, guys? That's for yours. Now, best of all, released there today. Halal financing. Own your dream home the halal way. Ethnical, interest-free home financing designed for the Muslim community in Ireland. Right, this is where it gets worrying, guys. There's 8,259 inquiries, 269 applications. It's all been filled through. It went live there the other day. At the moment, in the last census in 2022, there's 84,000 Muslims in Ireland. 37,000 of them live in Dublin. 10 out of 10 of them are married. Right? As our girls are told, don't have kids young enough. There's all the options to not have kids. They're not told that. You're literally being replaced here. Alongside of this, guys, the women in Islam don't have to work, just so you all know. Right? It's actually forbidden that the woman works. That guard that you see in Dublin is a farce to lead the women astray. But is are literally being sold out here. So the first starting price for one of these to get a house at with the 10% discount mortgage is 249,000. While you'll pay 700,000, they'll only pay 1/3 the price. And that's from just the father working. And he'll also have 10 kids and 5 wives and a big, huge, fancy luxury car. And Ireland will be his holiday destination. And then that's all is also funded by you, hard-working men and women that'll be lucky to even own a home 30 years from now. Be lucky to even have that and to leave your children. And by the grace of God, your children get out of here and they don't end up the slaves of these people. If you don't really grab your boots and your balls now, so that's it. Like,
In layman's terms, basically what it is, it's like our kids will be renting off Muzzy in probably
10 years.
10 years time.
Yeah. And this is you can get all this information, guys, on revenue.ie, Islamic financing. Then you can also go to myhomes.ie and they'll just show you plain as day the prices of homes for you. But then for the halal one, you have to go to it's called mortgage, just mortgage actually, not mortgage. And because they hide it, they do. Or you can go to info@halalmortgage.ie.
Halal Park said print it out and send it out to everyone. And what I think you should do, probably on your profile, if you can actually send pictures over, we'll drop you a number to send it over via WhatsApp and we'll get it out there and let people read it for themselves.
Yeah,
I know you're saying go to .ie and look at it that way, but just a basic write down of what's on there and send it out and then give them the website to go and look at. And people then can contest what they're doing and allowing it to happen. That's the government, again, filling their pockets.
Yeah, like published May 26, 2025, Islamic financing on the revenue. But it's actually out a year and 9 months, right? They're leading us all a farce. They did this through 15 fake property management companies that were going around in Ranelagh over there. You can see a few of the old buildings at the old bridge house now. They're all derelict. But they got done out of there for like 80 million or something. They've managed to skive off the state. They did well selling properties at 50% discount, buying them off Fingal and classing every single one of them as a religious site. Fingal County Council was selling out hectares of our land at 50% discount to any foreign religion, while our churches scrape together to be able to pay their rents. That's also another thing that's happening.
You're right, Richard. You don't have to put Trigger Podcast. Oh, right. So that's you replying, isn't it, Mouse?
That was me just saying how are you, Richard. Yeah. And it comes up as Trigger Podcast.
Right, yeah, just saying that there. It's like, what the fuck? And we got somebody coming in saying the name Trigger Podcast.
Yeah, well, can I read out the last bit? It's halal, the halal housing, and then that's me finished basically on this.
Yeah, 100%.
Right, guys. So about halal housing, halal mortgage, is proud to be the first provider of Sharia compliant home financing in Ireland. We are developing innovating homes, financing options that strictly adhere to Islamic principles, ensuring no involvement or interest, riba, and upholding the highest standard of ethnical finance. Right, so they're not assimilating to us, guys. Just so you don't know, they're not coming to Ireland and assimilating to Ireland. They're coming to Ireland and having Ireland assimilate to them. Right? Our mission is to make, this is their mission. Our mission is to make home ownership accessible and inclusive for Ireland's Muslim community. We understand the unique challenges you face in finding finance and solutions that align you with your faith. And we are here to provide a halal alternative that empowers you to achieve your dreams without compromise. To ensure our services meet both religious and community expectations, we are actively collaborating with Islamic scholars and community leaders. So as that's it, your community leaders are selling this all out. While the corporations say, we haven't got enough houses, we're not building them fast enough, there's not enough men in the country to build them, they're yawning them out. And I have the videos because I do the delivery driving for Wayfair up and down the country. Into every single one of their fucking passes I do, and I have them all to the deck. They're giving them 5-bedroom houses with full marble floors, 6 beds. It's literally, guys, you couldn't believe this shit. Go out to Kilcullen, drive out to Kilcullen, guys. Your jaw will be on the floor. They say, oh no, we can only build 6,000 houses a year. They can't. Before 2 years ago, I did 10 years in the construction trade as a supervisor, and I built 85,000 houses with 137 crews up and down the country and 75 high-rise buildings, while at the same time being on the housing list and only moving 3 spaces. That's it in, guys. That's all I have to say on housing and finance, bro. Thank you very much for hearing me message. I hope everybody wakes up to this.
Like I say, man, like we need the facts coming up like that. We need people to hear what's being said and done. So there you go, people. Like we have somebody there that's after giving you the knowledge. Now it's up to you what you do with it. You know what I mean?
If you want to send me an email, bro, I can send you a screenshot of all this here off the computer and all that.
When it's fucking
that's the recruitment thing, that is. You know, they buy everything up and all. They're giving out like interest-free mortgages. Like stupid people will turn to Islam just to get interest-free on the mortgage.
Yeah,
it's part of the absorption fucking plan that they have. They're on a 100-year plan to absorb the West.
But just so everybody knows, when you absorb it, you're going to be the second infidel. So as you aid and abet to kill your own, just to assimilate to these people in your home country, when I'm gone and the rest of these good men that are here that are willing to speak out about it, they will behead you too, because you are an infidel. Even the converts aren't safe. That's by Abraham 1:11-14, and that's in the Quran. You can go to Siddiq's Hadith, which is the 117th Hadith, and it's also in there. Those that are not of the same kin of ours will be under ours, which means what your right hand possesses is what you can obtain. I've read their Quran as well, by the way, guys, and all their Hadiths. You have to know what you're to hate, guys. You're taught not to hate and not to understand, not to know anything. That's the Quran.
I know enough without reading that fucking devil worshipping, pleading bad cunt book. Just look at them. You don't need to read a book.
True, that's true.
No, seriously, why would you actually take the time to learn the fucking Quran?
It's easy to shut them down. Their ideology is flawed, bro.
They're very easy to shut down. They're very fucking easy to shut down. Like the way they go on, they're stuck in the fucking past.
Oh yeah, it's backwards ideology, this man, that never went anywhere. See, they're told not to critical think, right? Whereas we were raised Christian and Catholic and Protestant, we were all told to actually critical think, right? So while using your critical thinking, so when you look at a child, you go, yes, I need to protect this child. That's the right thought to have. That leads you closer to God, because God tells us to protect those that stand behind us, to stand shoulder to shoulder with those that want to stand with us, and to strike those down that stand in front of it. Like, so
They're evil.
I've read all the books as well, bro.
They're out now evil. They're literally on a genocide plan for us.
Yeah.
There's no other way of putting it. There's no other way of putting it. And the more the numbers they get up, the more they're not afraid to tell you what they're here for. Because if you notice lately, they're getting great and hear them what they're saying. Look at England. They think they fucking own it already.
England is lost.
How are you, lady, mate?
Good evening. But
Very
like,
well.
come here, lads, you've got to remember this is bigger than Islam. The fastest growing faith in area is Hindu. Yeah, the Indians are buying oil from underneath us. I know Islam is the broom, but this is bigger than Islam. Right, we have Romanians grooming our kids. We have Indians grooming our fucking kids. We have Brazilians grooming our kids in this country. It's not only all about Islam.
Can I tell you one thing? The Indians actually get the same access to the Islam financing and the halal
Yeah,
housing.
but yes, they do, and also they're bringing the caste system over here as well.
Yeah, no, you're spot on there, brother. You're spot on.
So you know, this is bigger than Islam. This is actually bigger than fucking Islam. This is the replacement migration. All these fuckers that are coming out here to work need to go home. All these black Christians in our country need to go home. We need to go back to a white country. I don't care what you think. Call me racist.
No, I believe it, bro. I agree with you.
Right,
100%.
you all need to have the balls to start saying this. We are being destroyed.
It's an ethno-genocide, it is, of the white Irish.
And Giddy, see this joke Friday at the GPO. You're fucking years too late. They've been doing this shit for years. They've been posting for marching down from the south side down to the GPO. This is where you have the ropes on each side of them. This is nothing new. There's Muslims outside the GPO every fucking day.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that, but what I'm saying is, I didn't know about this at all until, yeah, that's what I'm saying. People need to know.
Giddy, there's actually some of us have been highlighting this years. Some of us actually have been highlighting this shit. This is not the first time. This is not the first time they've done this. Some of us actually have been highlighting this shit for years.
I'm sorry, I don't think they're gonna march down there like we've never done before. They're gonna be in numbers.
Also, you don't even you don't even realise why they're getting rid of the GPO. They're getting rid of cash. Digital ID is here in October. Once you get rid of the GPO, the main post office, all the rest are going to follow.
Yeah, 100%. That's why we all need to be there, no?
I'm not going to say anymore because I said, but if you're going to go there, you need to. I'm not going to say anymore. We also got to be careful. We've also got to be very, very careful because the hate speech laws has one more month. They need to get the hate laws introduce the hate speech laws in the next month, or if they don't, Europe fines the Irish government. They're looking for any excuse for the hate speech laws. Hate speech laws get introduced.
Yeah, but
and when they introduce the hate speech laws and with the digital euro, see if they even say something online, you're just going to get fined. When they introduce the water charge, they're just going to take it out of your money. They're going to take the TV license out of your money. They're going to take everything out of your money once we go digital.
I was saying this the other day.
They'll be coming back for bills that wasn't paid fucking years ago.
Yeah, they will be.
I have waiting for
seriously, they will. Yeah, they will be. They'll be coming back for all that.
Yeah. We're getting pigeonholed with the likes of Maliki. It's all they're getting us worried about is migration. There's a lot of shit going on in the background that we need to be focused on as well. As I said, these hate speech laws, the digital euro. We need to get out and start protesting that before they introduce, not after they introduce it.
Yeah, but we can't let Islam grow fucking either. We need to stop them.
I'm not saying. Look at me. I'm not saying Islam's not a problem. I've never said Islam's not a problem, but it's bigger than Islam. It's bigger than Islam, Giddy. Ballymena, what they went fucking. It wasn't Muslims in Ballymena. You're Romans.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, we can't join in with that up there. Anyway, no matter what.
No, come here, Giddy. Why are you worrying on the Muslims, which are the biggest population in this country? The Indians are. The Indians are the fastest growing faith in this country.
They're slipping in the back door.
Also, Giddy. The Indians are now richer than the people in the UK. They're the richest demographic in the UK, and they're going to do the exact same to Ireland if we don't stop it.
Yeah,
They're buying the country from underneath us.
The Indians and Pakistanis, the Muslims, they're all warring on their streets. I said this about 2 years ago. Like, they are warring on our streets at the minute. They're fighting for control while everybody's sitting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the suggestions to go forward?
Well, do you know what, Giddy? Do you want the truth? This is not the place to do it, because you know what? We have Garda listening in, we have fucking everything. We need to get offline, leave the phones at fucking home.
And go meet up in, let's say, the things back.
I said this last time. See all these paedophile hunters that are going out. See all these paedophile hunters that are recording all these nonsense now. What's the point?
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you now, bro. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me, Mousy?
I can hear you, Paul, yeah?
Giddy, it's your end,
That's
and it's not my
Tesco
end.
broadband, or else you're in the lead box. One of you.
No, it's not Tesco broadband and lead box. You're the one that's break can't hear me. Everyone else can.
No, you're breaking up, bro.
No.
Just drop and come back up.
I can hear them, Giddy. Yeah,
He can hear me.
You can hear me. Just drop and come back up.
You drop and come back up. It's maybe your end. Can you hear me, Boots?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, everyone else can hear me, Giddy. It's your end, obviously.
Giddy wants to kick you, and they're not let you back up again. No, but come here, lads. Like, John Malloy as well, right? He called this weeks ago, well before Michelle Keane did, yeah? And now, what Michelle Keane is doing now, people
should be angry. She's counter-protesting the Irish and another like as I said, I'm sick of all these. Like, everyone can think Maliki brings you up the Connaught Street and there's a counter-protest there to get us all angry. It's all fucking street politics. Wake up, man. Maliki always cared about himself. When he gets to the government, he will turn his back on Ireland. He'll be another fucking Richard Boy Barrett and Paul Mulkey.
100%.
He was dropping out there.
Yeah, because it's his end, Mousy. It's his end. Maliki's the shepherd to the flock. But the shepherd will protect from wolves because it's in his interest. But the shepherd will still bring the flock to the cull.
I just got kicked out there, Mousy. I don't know why.
Mousy kicked it.
Something happened.
No, it sometimes happens, doesn't it? I don't know what the fuck is starting. There's another thing that you can use on this as well, not just this StreamYard. There's another thing you can use. I'll get the details off me in there.
Yeah, but sort it out anyway,
yeah.
Like, Mousy, I get it. You're new to this and you still get the buzz out of protests. I hate the protests now. I actually hate it because you know what? I'm doing it years. We haven't achieved jack shit. We're actually in a worse position now today than we were 3 years ago at the start of this migration protest.
We need action, man. They see the guards and the government. They don't fear the people. That's the reason why they're just...
No, they don't.
Also, when Maliki calls a protest and you all go and support him, you're giving him a big head. That's all you're doing is giving him a big head. Because you do better walk, Mousy, over in the likes of the south side. You do better walk in the south side in the smaller protests. Fuck the Maliki protests. Fuck the Michelle Keane.
Well, I have been going to all the protests. You know yourself, Paul. I have been going to them.
I know that, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're actually giving Maliki the fuel to get him into government. That's all you're doing. You're giving him the numbers on the streets and the people. The government will listen and get him in, but he's not gonna do anything for us.
Because if Maliki never called that, and
none of them be on the street.
People wouldn't even be there.
Exactly. Maliki called the protest. The people come out and march up and down the street like fucking idiots.
I don't agree on where he marches to. I don't.
Because he marches to the custom house.
I don't agree on the fact that he does on the weekend. I don't agree with the fact
no one should have turned up to the custom house today. Everyone should have walked through the guard and through the fucking left and said this is their city. When the Palestinians protest, there's no barriers, there's no guard. We have been treated like second-class citizens. So it's
more your local councillors that we should be putting pressure on, going to their doors. You know, the council and all. No, they're the ones that's bringing them in. That's
The
letting them in.
all the councils are investing in at the Moyes. They get funding by putting migrants in the area. Even if you don't get an iPass centre in your area,
Yeah.
they're still going to put them into the houses in the area. It doesn't matter.
So I see in my own area, man, the house pricing gone up. Like the houses in my estate were worth about three. If you look at my estate, man, it reminds you of Ballyfermot, a little bit like
Like
that.
Mousy, you see,
Elsie,
now,
put a link in the comment there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
now
Kevin
you're
Conn-
right on the
How
you're
much
right on the
is
link
there?
of the old
You what?
About 5 years ago, it was worth about 350,000 for the house out here. Now it's 520,000 they're going for. It's nobody can afford one of these houses. If they wanted to move in here now, because a lot of people that were born here, they all know when they grew up, they bought a house here.
There's
in
a
this
link there,
estate.
Kev.
Yeah, the link's there. Yeah.
like lads, we're getting genocided. We're getting genocided and we're accepting it.
We are accepting it because there is no fucking anger.
We're getting genocided. These protesters shouldn't be peaceful and happy and playing music and fucking waving flags. Everyone should be fucking angry. Imagine having 10,000 people on the street angry. No, that you've been stored. You've been playing music. It's bring your kids, bring your wives. No, leave the wives and kids at home. And men, let's go.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but well, there's no
But what,
but in
man?
it.
But what,
No,
Kitty?
no,
But what? But
no,
what?
there's no but in it. But hold on, there's no but in it, right? But what
So
I'm
what are you
saying
going
is,
to do, Paul? That's the point. Like, now, what are you going to do to inspire people to do what you want them to do?
No, Mousy, this is the thing. I'm tired. I'm not doing anymore.
I'm asking you that question from me to you.
Mousy, I'll tell you what, I'm saying it years. I've been saying this shit years, and you get rid of the problem before it becomes a problem. I've always said that.
It's already
Yeah,
a problem. We
how?
already know that.
No, but I'm
it's been
talking
passed.
about. I'm talking about if you know someone else is gonna. I'm not gonna say too much because I'll be in the dog and kick in. As I said to you, we need to talk offline.
I get all that. Yeah, I get all that. Yeah.
Melty, you see where I lived in town. You see, I live beside the night bar centre. You don't understand the shit that goes on. That conveyor belts. The men go into these places for a few weeks and they get houses, and then there's more men and more men and more men. That conveyor belts.
It's happening here, Paul. My own estate. I mean, as I said to you, I mean, I'm having fights with people in my own area for bringing that shit in here.
Kev, can you not come in on the link? The council.
I'll put the link back out for them again.
What's the maximum amount of people you can have up in the box?
6.
I think it's 6, is it?
I'm gonna jump down. I am, guys.
Nice talking to you. Nice talking to you.
Take care, bro. Yeah, nice from son of
Nice
Thanks for
talking
coming
to you,
up,
son
bro.
of Bear.
Thanks for that bit of information as well.
Slán Wally, everybody. Stay safe.
Nice
Take
looking up, bro.
Slán.
Sorry,
Like
no,
Melty, I'm not criticising people going to protests. I think it's great we're getting numbers. I just think they're not getting used in the right way.
I agree. I agree
Yeah,
on
but
that
a lot of
point.
people don't
As I
understand
said to
behind
you,
Maliki.
but no, as I said to you, Maliki called the protest last week and you had thousands on the street. That's when the likes of us should have went through the fucking barriers, through the guard, through the book. And you know what? The crowd would have followed us. The mob, they would have followed us.
Hi.
How are you?
What?
Hello? Who are you?
Hello.
Did you come to make a point, did you?
Who the fuck is that?
I'm just
Don't
gonna
know.
go.
So she was welcome to come up if she wanted it. But who was she? Like, I don't know. Never seen the
No,
name
man,
before.
that looked like a kid or something. I'd say that was a child or something. But that didn't sound like an adult.
Mousy, you need a banner. Mousy, you need a banner.
And you want to make your streams over 18.
So when anyone jumps up,
Yeah,
right?
all my
This
videos
is
are
over
over
18.
18. Everything's over 18. So I don't know how she got in there. But
Take
my
up
content,
arms.
I don't put it
Humber
out there unless
Street.
it's over 18.
Finn is saying. Take up
Hello,
arms, yeah.
Paul.
Humber Street,
Can
I don't know whether
I
I'm
answer
supposed
that?
to do that.
Sorry. Can I answer that question? Hello, Paul. Get your fucking facts right. You don't see me and Suzanne arguing with anyone online. Get your facts right.
Who said that?
Look what Hello Paul says there. Why you find online with Irish Day?
Mind your own fucking business.
Mousy, have you seen me and Suzanne point with anyone online?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
You don't see me,
right there.
you don't see us putting posts up talking about shit or fucking anything. Get your fucking facts right. And you don't even know the ins and outs what's going on.
You don't even know the fucking story about that.
Here, come here. Hold on a minute, guys. Right, Hell Park.
You
Yeah,
only get half the fucking story.
hold on, just 1 second, guys. Right, so Hell Park, I can vouch for Lady Bear and a partner there. Yeah, I've seen what Dee comes up and does, and I called Dee out on it. I did for what she's doing. She's only 2 minutes in the door. She doesn't know fuck all about anything. Okay. And that's my honest opinion about it, right? If people don't like it, it's just tough shit. She's 2 minutes in the door. She's not doing anything like what any of us have done. And I don't know what else to say to you. If you think that like she's some sort of fucking martyr, she's not.
Like, these out there putting shit out there.
Who was he on about?
That Irish Dee.
Dee's out there talking about me, right? Putting shit up on fucking YouTube about me. Like, she wants me to react to her, but I won't. And she keeps on fucking doing it, and she better shut the fuck up now. I mean it. She called people junkies and all. I thought you fucking like junkies. There is no problem with junkies, what? People that have a problem. Come on out of that, you fucking pee bag.
Never done. You fucking idiot.
Susan Paul, listen, come here. She's not in here, so forget it. Yeah. At the end of the day, we know. Look, we know exactly what she is, right?
No,
so,
I wouldn't have said it. I just had to react to that comment. That's all it was. As I said to you, I don't come to a fuck about Irish Dee. Let her do what she wants. I don't give two shit. You don't see me and Suzanne actually going around and criticising her. We don't say nothing because we don't want to. We're not trying to avoid any groups.
She's the fucking toxic.
She's the one that's trying to avoid groups.
Like I say, she's only in the door 2 minutes. That's what I'm saying. She hasn't.
She's ran loads of people, and she's actually ran loads of people away from YouTube, from these groups. Loads of people.
Yeah, well, she tried that one with me. She failed very badly.
No, they're only getting half the story out there, so come and all you fucking want, you know?
To be honest, just in my opinion, I like to stay out of all this kind of stuff. I mean,
I get you, Mousy, I get you, and I wouldn't even comment on it, as I said to you, but you brought our names into it.
Yeah,
like
I get it, man.
You know,
seen the post.
Yeah, and Mousy, you didn't see us comment, you didn't see us going back and forth, because we're not going to entertain it and do this shit.
No, I didn't even go into the comments, to be honest. I just looked at the post.
No, but you know, Mouse, if you want to do that shit, go to TikTok. There's loads of people that can go back and forth and argue all night. If you want it, that's where you don't see us on TikTok.
Yeah, to be honest, I agree. I don't think it's a good place.
I've got a great platform on TikTok for arguing. Anybody wants to come over, no problem. It's called Trigger Podcast as well.
I never called anybody
wants to do that. That's happy days. For now, we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to carry on what we were talking about. And this is the fourth coming fucking Friday. Fuck all that shit, and let's get on back on what we're talking about. Get back on fucking, what's going to go on here on Friday. Now, can we do that, please, everybody?
Yeah, because this happens a lot on TikTok as well, isn't it? It goes back and forth, and people are the distraction. Like that cannon fella and all, they're all distractions.
Yeah, I don't listen.
What's really going on in this country?
You know me, Mousy. I just put a blank to things like that. I want to talk about the things that are prevalent to our country, to what's happening. I could not give a fuck who's arguing with who. But if I catch somebody calling out somebody and they're calling out the wrong person, I'm going to come on them. Yeah. And that's it. End of story. I have done, as Lady Bear knows, I did do that, didn't I, already?
Yeah.
Right. So can we just leave it there now and carry on what we're talking about? Please, everybody.
So people have to realise that we're fucked before we can move forward, you know?
Yeah, we are fucked. No, but we are. We everyone has to realise that this country is fucked. We're gone. We're already gone. And when you want to know you're fucked, you can actually start fucking build. Like people are too many people are thinking Scotland's going to fix this, or these protests are going to fix this. And no, as I said to you, we're in a worse position today than we were 3 years ago.
Look, at the end of the day, right, we're only talking and documenting everything that's going on, yeah? So we have no pull and make people do what they don't want to do. like people say, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it, right? If people do want to come and they want to do something and make a difference, well, by all means, nobody's stopping them. If people want to bash down barriers, nobody's stopping them. Malachi Stevens not standing there going, nobody bash down barriers. Nobody's standing there stopping them. If they really, really wanted to do it, they could fucking do it. End of story. Kev said resend the link there from he's on his computer now. So all I'm saying is, if people want to do this, if you want to go all fucking barging hell in, go for it. Nothing's stopping you. Do you know what I mean? I ain't saying you're not going to stand behind you and go, oh no, don't do that. Do what you have to do. And if you're not afraid of the jail,
as a journalist, a person that's just highlighting what's going on. That's what I really put myself out there as. That's why I've never been arrested. Because
Mousy,
I'm not.
I blame Boots. I blame Boots. He's the Conan the Barbarian. We'll just send him up front.
But you say you're just a person that's highlighted. See, when they bring the hate speech laws in, you will be getting arrested.
Probably.
You will be. No, there's no doubt about it.
I'm not. Be honest, I'm not worried about being arrested.
I'm not telling you to be worried. Mousy, I'm not telling you to be worried. But I'm just saying, you might as well talk about everything. Because when they're going to come, if you look at me, you, Diddy, we'll be all in the gulag.
Oh yeah, well we'll be all pulled out of it, yeah. But listen, come here, Halal Park, I wasn't calling you out at all. Don't be worrying about it. At the end of the day, I just when I see something, I'll call it out. When I see, like, especially, you have to understand Halal Park, right? DD's only been around 2 minutes, and when I mean by 2 minutes, I mean literally by 2 minutes. I don't know her, never have known her. I know who Lady Averd is. I know how long they've been out doing it. I know people that are connected to other people with them and across the board. So I know how much they've been doing with this sort of movement for the last 3 years. Dee has not been doing anything for the last 3 years.
But that's Diddy, we're doing this, Mrs. Anna doing this even longer than 3 years. We were outside Google in 2016 with Jim O'Doherty tried to
I know. Listen, I was there as well. I'm talking about what I'm saying is, like, I was out back then as well. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, for this movement for the last 3 years, as in going to the fucking, you know, all these different fucking places. Do you understand? All these different iPass centers and everything else. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm on about that. Like, D has never been at any of them. None of them. Bar one, was it, Mousy? I think. Mousy, you there?
Which one? The Waterford one?
I think so. Yeah, the Waterford one. That's the only one that she really came with. Was that it?
No, it wasn't Waterford. Was it Rosslare?
No, on Rosslare she went, I think, as well. Did she?
She's been the low.
Anyway, move on.
Who is on about D Wall?
No. This girl is from.
No, D Wall's a lady. D Wall's a proper lady. Proper.
Yeah, I might have been trying to get in for the last few minutes there because I wanted to jump in on what you were saying about Malachi. Yeah, see for the people who don't realise, like, he doesn't walk away from a See the bigger Dublin protest there about 2 months ago. Just before Cork, right? Like, he didn't walk away from that thinking, yeah, Ireland's safe, Ireland's in good hands. He walked away from that thinking his council seat is safe and he has a very good That's why you start.
That's what I'm saying, Kevin. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I just said, Kevin. Why did he call the protest? We're only giving him fuel to get into government. We're giving him a big head. He's not here to save Ireland.
That's why I don't go. We always say it. Like, you know what? He's currently doing now, right? Like, he seems to be the last year or so. There seems to be this push to get Rob to the front, get the people used to Rob's face. You know what I mean? Rob get out there because I have a funny feeling like. I just have a funny feeling Maliki is trying to push Rob to the front, you know what I mean? Because Maliki knows, like, for all we know, Maliki could have some sort of underlying health condition or whatever, and he's trying to say, no, right, why we have the momentum here, so to speak, family-wise, he was like, right,
Big tip, Glover, I'm not going to carry on going on about it. At the end of the day, the people that are up here are being at every single protest that you could name, nearly, okay? She's only came out of the blue, out of nowhere. And that's just my opinion on it. Yeah.
Who has?
This girl called Irish D. Yeah, like, Kev, we know who she is, and she's not being a hand, really.
Yeah. Well, look, I can tell you one thing. For the first couple of years, it's only in the last year you're seeing new faces. Because for the first 3-4 years, really, like it's been nothing but the same people over and over
Yeah.
again. We walked up Paul and fucking it's Susan, isn't it? Or Suzanne, is it?
Sure, yeah.
Yes. So we've been walking with you the last fucking 3-4 years, and but literally that's all we've been doing is walking. You know what I mean? Walking and talking, catching up. Ah, how are you? Blah blah. See, yeah, fucking mad, isn't it? Because
I know, wasting time, Kev.
Just social events. That's all the air is social events.
That's why I don't go to anything that Maliki organises anymore. I don't go to. Like you see them with
You're better off not.
Michelle Keane calling out Michelle Keane, but apparently he spoke to the same person. Like, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's all right for him. Your man Freedom Dad, your man fucking Mark Sinclair from the north. Yeah, apparently Maliki done interviews with him, and then he deleted the videos or something. So I don't know. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so like if that is the case, why is it all right for him to speak to him and nobody else? Like nobody. Like who elected Maliki the leader of this movement? Like who? Like, why,
Nobody.
Well, Kevin, I don't know if you were in East Wall that night. He took over East Wall that night. He arrived in East Wall with Christy Book and Niall Ring, which are Sinn Féin like town councils, and he arrived with a load of guns and he pushed the people that went on his page away. And he took the protest, and he also took the protest away from East Wall, which were having a massive effect on the port.
Yeah.
Massive effect on the port, so you were stopping commerce. But no, Maliki took the people away from East Wall. And that's still in East Wall to this fucking day.
Yeah, he sold fucking, didn't say. He stopped Graham Carey from speaking that night.
Yes.
He did, yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
People know, like, you know, when you see all these old videos of Graham Carey's resurfaced now from a few years ago, and people are commenting, you can tell who the blow-ins are, you know what I mean? Because they're all commenting underneath it. Where is this man? Who is he? Why he needs to team up with Maliki, blah blah blah. And I just laugh and I comment just like team up with Maliki. Are you mad? That says Maliki's the reason Graham is in this shit now. You know what I mean? Maliki fucking grassed Graham up 100%. He gave.
Of course he did.
He gave the guard a list of names and who he didn't want turning up to the East Wall fucking protest, and Graham Carey's name was top of the fucking pile.
When the night we did turn up with Graham Carey, there was 5 goons with like fucking all their faces covered standing around. I thought he was going to get broke up. Those goons, they brought goons like chinners into that protest that night.
Yeah, man. He walked in with 2 of them. Like he walked in with Christy fucking Ring or Niall Ring or fucking Christy Book, for fuck's sake, just because they're independents now. Would you fuck off? Just stop, man. That's how they get it. That's how all these independents get in. Because the former look at all the independents that do or have got elected in the last 20 years. In the lead up 9 months before the election, they were with a party, and then they go independent, and then they vote in favour of the government as independents. Like look at Barry Heenan. But he has the back of the Finian McGrath and all these. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they're all fucking. Like people need to wake up, and there's no voting our way. Listen, people say it plain and simple. There is no fucking voting your way out of tyranny. It's not simple.
No, but also, I was in Killock the night of the riots. I didn't run when as soon as it kicked off. Maliki and all the rest of them fucking legged it. Even Gavin Pepper, they legged it as soon as the shit hit the fan. I didn't.
Maliki gave the order, so I pulled Gav over that. I said, Gav, what's the story with this fucking leaving us, man? I says, I was with you in Bargaintown till the end. I says, you was a fucking with us here in Killock till the end. He was like,
I was in Killock as well, Kevin, to the end. And I even met Matt and said it's lawyer.
You along with many others were there till the end, but Maliki gave the orders for himself, Gavin, and was it Patrick as 3 elected councillors. He made the decision to pull basically the elected councillors back and out of the area. Yeah, so why would you do that? And people seem to forget he's a solicitor. Right? Why hasn't he lost? Listen, he could do legal shit regarding DSB building. Never bothered to do it. There's a lot of shit Maliki could have done. He never bothered to do it. You know what I mean? And it's just plain and simple. It's like, you know, people need to fucking wake up.
Well, Kevin, do you remember the first night you arrived in East Wall? We love our Muslim neighbours. We love our Chinese children. They
We
actually
voted
did say that.
the Lord Mayor's Mohammed. We voted for him and all this bollocks. Yeah. But rather Malky and his son than the Indian and his son Papadam and Talit. Well, look at, like, would you really though? Like, you know, what?
There's-
So
it-
what?
it- it-
I tell you
it
this
is
here
sister.
now. I'd rather Baby and your man Burrito Parapadan as fucking mayor and councillors in my area than Malky Steenson. Give Malky, tell me this, right? Gavin Pepper has got people housed, right? And I know that for a fact, right? Because I've seen conversations, I've talked to people who he's got housed, right? I know Patrick Quinlan has got people housed long before he's ever been a councillor. Yeah, and they actually get shit done in their area, and they get funding for this, and they get things done. Well, give me one thing that Malky Steenson has done for the North End.
Also, the people.
Has he got? And he's a councillor over the year now. We're in July. The elections were last June, so they're just over 14 months in office. How many people has Malky Steenson got housed? How many?
And also, the people that voted for Hutch in the city centre weren't voting for Malky. Hutch didn't steal any votes from Malky Stevenson. Malky Stevenson's not even fucking liked in town.
Yeah, that's why they went to Hutch, you might think. Like, Malky
That's what Hutch didn't, anyone that voted for Hutch were not voting for Malky Stevenson.
No, 100%. That's why
If anything, Hutch got people out to vote that don't normally vote.
There's someone there, Keen lads' thoughts, right? We already been through this, right? If she wants to go and do, I'm a big believer, right? Yeah, the North is in the shit, right? But let the North sort of answer me this, right? If the North is in the shit, right? Why the fuck are a lot of the Nordies coming down here to Ireland to try the South to try and sort our problems, but yet they won't sort their own problems up there? I'm a firm believer in let the South sort out.
They're infiltrating us. They're trying to infiltrate us there. Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, no one gave a shit about Ballymena.
Let the North sort out the North and let the South sort out the North sorted out. I mean, the South have the South sorted out. If both want to unite, then that's when you both unite. But there's no point. Look all this shit like that. No, look at lads. It's here. Right, for so long, everybody knew the root of this, right? He was saying that the migrants are coming in through the North and down across the border. Answer me this, what the fuck were the Northerners doing to stop that? Stop all them flooding in through the North and down to the South? Nothing. You know why they only care now? Because they're not, because they're coming across on the boat now, right? But they're staying in Northern Ireland, they're not crossing the border, they're coming down South. That's why the Nordies have a problem now, yeah? The Northerners didn't have a problem. The Northerners didn't have a problem when they were flooding in across the border and coming down to the South, yeah? Coming in on the boats from England and everywhere else and then crossing the border and staying in the South. Only because they're landing the plunky little arses now and they're staying in the North. That's why the Northerners have a problem.
I think we should stop talking about Michelle Keane now because she'll probably sue us all.
Michelle Keane is selling Peckham water.
She has the money for it
Anyway.
She walked by us at the Killog camp there about 2-3 weeks ago. Going down
Kevin, me and Suzanne went to support Michelle Keane last year. Our very first time to come to, she covered every people come to support at the top. Me, Suzanne, Tinker, Paul Nolan. She treated us like lepers. She'd rather talk to the little migrant kid coming out of the door on a visit and ask them, what do you think about migration? Imagine asking a migrant kid, what do you think about migration? and Paul Nolan got stopped by the guard outside the door that day. And as soon as Paul Nolan got stopped there, Michelle, he's with us, guard. She didn't turn around and say, guard, he's okay, he's with us before. No, she let him get searched. No. I haven't liked Michelle Keane since day one, since I'm out.
Yeah.
I go by me gut. And as you said, when she's in Kulak, she was there for the cameras and on the cameras only. She doesn't give a shit about the Kulak people.
Most of them don't.
No, well, here, I'll tell you this, right? Excuse me, not that. Yeah, excuse me. She was in Kulak twice. One was, she was on the way up for a Kerry match this time last year. She stopped by the camp and had a quick chat for 5 minutes. And she was only staying in Dublin. She was staying actually in a woman who lives only a couple of doors up from Crowns. She was in the High Court there last week, wasn't she? Or 2 weeks ago, last week or 2 weeks ago, she was in the High Court. So so she stayed in your woman's house who lives beside Crowns.
But
And the next day,
Kevin, she gives it, but she also gives out about the court. She gives out about the court and the way that she was treated by the courts and she was locked up for it. But she's happy to then go to the same courts and sue all these fucking people. Like she's trying to sue Clifford Dempsey. She's trying to sue Reed Rara. She's trying to sue. I don't know how many people she's trying to sue at the minute to shut them up.
See
She's
that
suing everybody.
she put out and all. That was ridiculous.
Anybody that mentions her name, they're getting sued.
Yeah,
Michelle,
exactly.
you know me, Michelle, because you walked past me at the cool lad camp 2 weeks
She
ago.
already acts like a politician. She's not even in there yet. Or is she?
Oh, do you know what, Michelle? Sue me. You can have me digger. It's on the grounds of Crowns. You can take that for collateral damage. You can.
She's in court every week.
Stop. Yeah, like for all these court dates and all, right? Like she's never getting anywhere, is she?
No, I don't think. But also, she has a load of money. She's millions and millions in the bank. But then she is fucking up about GoFundMe's.
Yeah. What do you think of the cunt who rocked up to our gap?
I thought that was in it. I thought if anything, she entrapped them in there. They should have.
They were guarded. That was hysterical. They tried to hand her a USB key.
Why would you let two strangers like that in your garden? Like,
And then lock the gate. And then lock the gate. And then lock the gate. And trap them in there.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't lock the gate and trap them in there.
Wasn't your man a guarder from Store Street or something?
I don't know, Giddy. I don't know about you, but you know what? It was all about clicks and like on YouTube, and it's getting popular.
You probably know it's been guarded by friends.
It's getting popular. That's all it's doing. People now see as a hero, and then no matter what you say against her, they're gonna still be there on the gate.
Well, yeah, like,
I won't be there. I won't be supporting her.
Did anybody see the ending of that? Like, no, like, did he get out of her garden? Did she just open the gate and let them drive out, or what happened? Like, surely you would have.
No, she only showed the part where she was actually in the driveway and had the gate shut behind her.
Like, surely it showed the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not that cunt Ulysses Alamac there, but that's the head of the POU. That cunt who Nick Phillip Dwyer that night. No, it's not him. But like, even your woman almost looked like as if to say, yeah, like I'm buzzing off you here, like, you know what I mean? Like, and all look self.
Man, she's from Kerry, isn't that right?
In a few minutes.
You're going very low, yeah, Kev.
Oh, no, I was just talking to her there. But no, like, fucking, like, look, lads. Paul and Susan there, like, they talk sense. Like, they were one of the first people. They were kind of some of the two of the cunts who swayed my mind about Malachy. Like, when I used to be walking through town with them, like, many a nights walked from the 5 lamps up to the bus here and doing a U-turn back down. And I'd be fucking kind of a bit of a Malachy head at the time. Not a Malachy head, like, but kind of on side and shit like that. And Paul and Susan were one of the early ones.
Yeah, we were there tonight. Your man Stephen Pepper Stephen Pepper jumped right into the crowd now. I even said it that night.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I even said at the start of the night, something's going to go wrong tonight. So there was something odd about that night. There wasn't all the guard like we always have these protests.
What happened, Paul? He was up on the pedestal giving his fucking speech, and that's when Bedford struck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lads, if you don't see by now, right, what's happening, Drew Harris is doing the exact same tactics that he done up in the north when he was commissioner up there, yeah? He's doing the exact same thing down here and using RUC fucking tactics against everybody.
Yeah, I was one of the first. I started that chant at the back of the fucking the doll a couple of years ago. I was like, Gardaí, RUC. And when I see the faces on them all looking at each other, shocked and all, they're like, oh, what the fuck, bloody bra. I'm only noticing here now. Where the fuck is Son of Vera gone?
Son of Vera, he dropped down, he did.
Shy pike. No, that's my mate, lads. He's from the area. I would see him. Like, he used to be. Now I'm not slagging him off because I always say this, slagging them, but I'm not slagging them off.
Don't tell me to it.
He used to be. He's 100%. He used to be a lefty.
But Kevin, we were all lefties once. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Well, listen, right? He was one of them. Like, he would have been like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Like, on the counter, you know what I mean? He'd never been to a counter protest, but he would have been the welcome brigade, like, you know what I mean? He would have seen, like, trust me, like his family and all them, not mad lefties. One or two of his brothers would be right wingers, but like a couple of his sisters, etc., would be on the left, like, you know what I mean, and all about humanity and all this shit. But he does, like, he's very, very fucking, like you said, like, that's no bullshit. He worked in the construction business for about 10 years, 11 years. He only left there, I think, last year because I think he left because the place he was building was being used for migrants, or what migrants were being put in it. I'm not sure that's why he left, but I'm almost sure. And he spent about 18 months out of work. I'm not sure if he's back to work now or not. I don't know.
Is that the fella with the drone, is it, Kev?
No.
Next time.
No.
What?
When I'm going to be singing.
In 5 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, lads, it's fucking, I don't know. It's a big bad world out there, and we're being led around the block by gobshites.
Yeah, we are.
Like, all I'll say is, yeah, if there's people that are willing to do whatever needs to be done.
But here, see the way they all say, like, save Ireland and all this, that, blah, like, and revolution, this and that. Like, how many of Maliki's family would actually pick up a gun if the country went to war tomorrow?
What's the story with his sister or something like that, Kev? Anybody give us more information on that?
It's supposed to be his daughter or something, I don't know. That's all. Listen, I was only on a fucking YouTube live there last night or the other night, and excuse me, people were saying that there's going to be Maliki in the next couple of
Hey,
years.
Martha.
So enjoy the ride.
No, but we are fucked. Look at the amount of cranes in this city, the amount of 15-minute cities they're building everywhere. They have 15-minute cities, and that's where they're going to house all these migrants. They're not housing us there.
I was told the other day, I'm mad in the head talking about that.
If you look on the ground floor of them new apartments going up, they all have built-in gyms.
Look at City West, lads, the new road in City West, like, and your man hit the nail on the head. Like, that's going to be a whole new massive compound, probably a couple of 1,000 apartments. So when they go from City West Hotel, they're literally down that back road and they're straight into their own little land.
Oh, Kevin, when we were outside East Wall one day, and the builders came out of the apartments across from East Wall, and I asked them who were they for, and they told me, the builder told me, they're for the migrants in there.
Yeah, and a lot of them in there now, sure.
You know what I mean? No, that's exactly. They put an iPad centre, and then all the building goes around them. You're right.
And come here, can I just put another thing to you? Yeah, you know the way you got this choice-based lettings.
Yeah.
Right. So if you ring up choice-based lettings, right, doesn't matter which area, ring up any of them, right, and just kind of bullshit the story. Kind of say, look, I'm on choice-based lettings, but 2 hours down from me, somebody's been renting a house, and they're from a foreign country, and they've been given a house. Now, I've done this already, right? I wish I had a fucking recording it as well, to be honest. Because they claimed, oh, no, that stock is only for Irish people. I said, you're lying, because 7 Mills in Clondalkin is predominantly foreign. And they have a fucking tough pitch made out in the middle of it for them. Like, I mean, absolutely top quality. 400 grand fucking apartments, and they're being given them. Whereas our own are not getting fucking nothing.
And all these banks, all these financial institutions in this country, they're invested in the Moyers. They're not. This is not about profits, as you said. They're all getting Syria loans and all interest free. They're about the destruction of the white man. They're trying to replace him.
So how Boots, you know the crack. The Tallaght and City West is basically owned by Indians now. The amount of them.
Yeah, anywhere up past, say Glen Chain.
Yeah. Up around my old way, man. Where my ex and the kids and all that live now, like up and around, and that's all you see, boys. From the turn that just before you hit the Blessing Road, all the way down that road towards City West Shopping Centre, and down around to the left and to the right. That's all you have. Power blocks and everything, man.
But even Coolock, Kevin, the Crown Banks might be there. You might be an iPad centre, but they'll still put them into all the new apartments they're building around Coolock.
Yeah.
But Ballmount is destroyed by migrants.
Yes.
Everywhere they're building apartments. Why Hall are building apartments? They're going to put them in there. Every area is getting
You
destroyed.
know what, right though? See a lot of the ones that are built up in around Beaumont way right now. Well, no, like it's not people still say. Still, it doesn't matter. They are that belonged to the doctors and surgeons and all that shit that work in Beaumont hospitals. You know what I mean? Now I know.
No, Kevin, that's replacement migration. It doesn't matter if they're coming here.
Yeah,
They're
no, I
coming over
know.
here to replace it.
No, I agree. That's why I said that some people say like, yeah, but that like no. Listen, I totally get it. It's like they're almost like the best of a bad bunch. You know what I mean? Like, but like still, no, I agree with you, man. 100%. Like, there's like people are banging on about this illegal. Now it's the legal ones, like, because like what can you say? There's lads. The only way to sort out illegal and legal migration is to eventually put a cap on it. You know what I mean? After you do mass deportations, after you do all that gig, yeah, the only way.
No. I disagree with you, Kevin, because we're such a small country. We should stay white. We should protect what we are. We've been only 25 years ago. It was 99% white. 25 years ago, I grew up in a white area. I want to go back to a white area.
So did I. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, after, like, when you lock this shit down for the meantime and you have your mass deportations by the 1,000 load, by the tens of thousand load, like, and that's what you do. You eventually, like, when you get the country sorted out somewhat, you eventually put a cap on it so you never are replaced legally or illegal. But lads, it all stems down to birth as well. Like, don't get me wrong, people are not going out there having kids. I'm not one of these boys. I wouldn't have 10 kids to get supported off the state. I have one child now because that's all I can afford to have. It's one child. I'm not one that bring child after child after child into the country or into the world if I haven't got the finances to look after. And I'm not gonna let someone else's tax money pay for my children. It's just not that. Like, it's not happening. Do you know what I mean? But like, there needs to be a lot more incentives for people to have kids in the country for starters. You know what I mean? But those again.
But also, Kevin, if we got rid of half of these migrants, they'll be walked there by the Irish. Paddy's not getting the job anymore because the government has incentivized every Irish business in this country to hire migrants with tax breaks.
Listen,
has any of you seen what Harris has come out with about fucking freezing social welfare?
Yeah, and they won't be the migrants, only be the Irish people.
Yeah, that's what they're looking at, job seekers.
Well, Dan's doing something like that now at the moment as well. So, like, whatever happens over there comes here.
But anyway, that's what all this migration was for. They're destroying the welfare system. They're destroying the health system. They're destroying everything. That was always part of the plan. They're coming up the elderly's homes as well. As I said to you, this they want to go and nothing and being happy.
They already have them. They already have the elderly homes, so they killed off all the elderly.
No, Kevin, I'm talking about the elderly that live in the housing estates. They own their houses. They're coming after their homes. If they own a 4-bedroom house and they're living there their own, they want them to get loans and get a 1-bedroom house and give their house to them.
Yeah, I know that because a family member of mine received one of those letters. Basically, she lives in a house. She lives in a 3-bedroom house on her own. And she was basically said, listen, would you be willing to downsize, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, absolutely not. And she owns a house. Like, she bought the house years ago. She owns it. And they're still asking her, would you consider downsizing there and I can give us the house now? And she was like, no.
And Kevin, they have laws where they can actually just compulsory buy that house from under her.
Yeah, because she doesn't own the land. That's a lot of people are buying the house. They're not buying the land the house stands on. So once they buy the land back, the house comes here.
Exactly, yeah.
As I said, where we live now, a lot of family homes are actually getting sold and they're getting turned into little mini centres. Home, if you put 12 migrants into that home, it's big returns.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. The tenements are back and all as well, and all them houses are full to the brim.
Like you also seen where we live beside Crow Park. You see the iPad centre, how close we were to that iPad centre.
Oh, the fuck me, actually. Yeah, I forgot all about that. And then there's not even that one literally that's at the end of your street, and then you have the other one down around the fucking corner.
Yeah.
Also, Maliki, no one ever went to that iPad centre. That iPad centre, Philip Dwyer, no one's ever. You did that night when you were doing your little thing. But as I said, that's still there, and it never gets talked about. Never gets talked about.
And I remember your man coming out that night as well saying they're fucking always killing each other, there's always murder on the
Yeah,
road.
you know, but
And where you was are, like that, it seems to be a quiet little
Where's this one?
this one is on North Richmond Street.
It's actually on Crow Park land. It's on Crow Park land, Giddy.
Right. I've never
It's
been to
actually
that one,
on
to be
Crow
fair.
Park land.
But
Yeah.
you walk
Well,
down North Richmond Street, straight down.
It's
I've seen
it's
it,
actually
Giddy.
beside the school as
Yeah.
well. It's actually right beside the school as well.
That's an all boys school.
It was directly across the road from Suzanne and Paul. Literally,
Yeah.
Like
you walk there in 20
you
seconds.
walk out the door and it was there.
You take a blow off a joint stand out there, door, the smoke blows into the yard, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's so close to it.
You know what I mean? Like, I forgot all about that one. And then there's literally.
No, but Kevin, you want to see the way the Garda even go in? The Garda are going in there all the time. There's killing in there. There's fucking cars pulling up. They're selling drugs. As I said to you, nobody realised till you live beside one what the shit goes on. And the amount of Irish fools that are actually going down and wait for their migrant boyfriend to come out of places.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well. So when we lived there, right? Like when something happened in there, the Garda would come down and they wouldn't put their siren on, they wouldn't put their lights on because they knew me and Paul were actually watching everything. Yeah?
They used to sneak in.
And they sneaked in and out. An ambulance came one day, right?
Probably
And-
driving in and out in taxis now, for fuck's sake. Paul.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
Quick taxi that.
Sure, Garda turned up, right, one night, right? And they came out with a big fucking knife, right? And they put it into their evidence bags. But they didn't come out with a fucking migrant.
No, they never do.
No, they never do. They fucking push them onto something else, they do.
But
It's
also,
like-
people don't realise.
Yeah.
Crow Park is the last IPAS centre they go to. If they mess with one IPAS centre, they get sent to another. But when they go to Crow Park and they mess with they're fucked out on the street. That's why you're seeing so many migrants in the
100%.
city centre.
Yeah, definitely.
Put it this way,
That's
right?
the same thing.
There was an attempted attack up here in Clondalkin, yeah? On, I believe, a 14-year-old girl, right? When it was put to the cops about what happened, right? They says to the parent, don't say nothing, right? There was also attempted abduction across the road from where I live on a Sunday morning in the middle of the fucking rain, where this woman claimed that she was looking for our kids, right? But ended up in somebody's hallway in the house, only for the father came down and says, "Who are you and what you doing here?" "Oh, I'm looking for me kids." She was dressed up in, like, it's all on CCTV, there's video evidence there and everything of it. And the cops said they don't know who it was, but with the technology that they have and the way that they can fucking look up things, in and out of this estate, there's cameras everywhere, right? And they said that they didn't know who that was. Do you know what I mean?
You didn't know who it was because the person was not white.
And the other person that was a young child that was going home from school, that was up at the back of the Laurels. That she was
Come here,
actually. Oh, sorry, just finish what I was saying. So up behind the Laurels, right, and two men with her. The girl out of Barbers, believably, was the one who saw what they were doing, kind of thing, and went out and fair play to her, approached them and asked her was she all right, and she was scared and she went off with the barber, and then them two walked off. But the guard later on then said that they'd been moved on somewhere else, not like fucking arrested, but moved on somewhere else. So that just like that's probably out of Soyak building. I'm not too sure. I can't be 100% clear in that, but this is what I'm saying. This is what we're up against. They're doing
Yeah,
things.
but come here, Giddy, that out of that soya built, there's bleeding loads of them out there. They're in the red cow across the road, they're in the hotel. That area is just gone.
Come here, listen, the boys that are up here have done the best that they can do. And
Oh,
nobody can
no,
deny that.
come here, I like the Southside career. I've been over the soya many times. I'm just saying, but that whole area is fucking gone. It's not just the soya building.
Yeah, no, so we were down at, what you call it, fucking, what was that fucking called again? In the industrial state there.
It's over
few weeks ago.
10,000. It's over 10,000 migrants between Tala and Clondalkin.
Yeah, but that's another one there in, not Mitten.
Mitten, yeah.
Do you not see that, the size of that one?
Yeah.
That's another 200 and odd rooms they have available. So they put two in that, or even three per room. You're talking another between 400 and 600 of them going in there.
Yeah, and there's the new place in the Merriam Road. People keep on saying, but D4 and all these, they're not getting migrants. That's ludicrous. The
Have you
thing
seen
for
the-
it, go over to the floor and try and talk to a nice person. No, it's full of Indians. Black Rock is full of Indians.
Yeah, this as well, Fernando. That's correct, yeah. But the other side of this as well, do you see the back of City West? What they're doing, they have a roadway built through it for a load of apartments that are going to be built in the back of City West where they're going to fucking put them. So the government knew quite well what they were doing when they put that money in.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you one thing straight. 12 months, 12 to 18 months ago, yeah? What did Roger O'Gorman tell you? Just before he lost the seat in the elections, what came out of that man's mouth? Do any of you remember?
No.
We're going to stop building iPad centres. We're going to start buying hotels. 12 months later, what's he had to do? He had to go and spend 150 million on City West Hotel. The government they're telling you what they're going to do, boys.
Exactly, yeah.
We know about Red Cow, we know about Soyak, we know about the Abyss.
We had an argument with someone there from the City West, or say City West Hotel Group the other day, right? Because they were supposed to apparently go and show support to the Talis says no down at the ABB building, and they never did, right? So then they put out a thing saying we need support for this. So we commented and was like, listen, you have to give support, it says, to receive it. And you know what it says? The people in Talis says no, we're expecting this down this evening, and it's never came down. And then she was like, we're trying to concentrate on plans to save our hotel and blah, blah, blah. And I find it very ironic, right? What are they chanting? Save our hotel, give us our hotel back. They don't own it.
I've had them actually contact me about this.
Listen to me and I tell you though, right? 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, right, when I first started banging the drum about City West Hotel, why weren't they listening then? Because they thought I was a little scumbag, racist cunt, blah, blah, all the
But Kevin, you highlight the migrants in Tulloch before even fucking Crown Paints in them hotels.
I know I did. And then like February 2023, I think that was, yeah. February, and I says, lads, they're up here in the Holiday Inn, blah, blah, blah. And then nearly every single night at that camp at Crowns, that's all people would talk about. They were like, yeah, just see them up in the Holiday Inn, see them up in the Holiday Inn. Then I just go to YouTube and be like, yeah, I've seen them back in February 2023, mate. And I called for it to do something about it. And it's never did. Like, it's madness. I didn't start. It's just funny enough how we're all planned out. We started my activism gig with South Dublin says no, with the boys over here, catching Virgin Media, sticking the migrants in the fucking cars at the back of my house a couple of years ago. Mad shit.
I remember that actually. I remember you going down the road after your man.
Setting up
from Virgin Media. What you doing putting them in the car like? They were fucking carting them down in the car from Cook's Lane.
Yeah.
Walking down the road. What are you putting them in the car for? What are you bringing them there for? Like, are you proud of yourselves?
At the same time though, yeah. They were supposed to be, like, you know, they weren't the Ukrainians, right? Fucking what they were saying. Do you remember the measles outbreak or something? And it was got to do with the migrants coming in, blah blah blah. And apparently, it's the migrants up in Crooksling that have been spreading it and all. So we just found that astonishing. I was like, yeah, man moved.
That was scabies.
Yeah, or scabies. That's what it was. Like, your man moved some of his own daughters and some of his own sons. Like stuff off the back seat and just fucked it on the floor like of his car to allow them migrants to go into the back of it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, you were all riddled sick, man. Like, and they were literally Virgin Media cunts. And then your man, the other outlet is a former priest out of Tallaght or out of Clondalkin. Like, the amount of shit that I've done over here that's literally just being forgotten about. Like, you know what I mean? 3 years ago, jogging through City West Hotel, having an altercation with 4 Georgians who are drinking vodka on the grounds of it. Like, man, it's madness. Do you remember the first big protest up at City West Hotel? There was hundreds, probably even thousands. There was all of us on one side, and then Paul Murphy was leading the counter protest on the other side, standing behind a load of women with his big megaphone, chanting the usual "refugees are welcome."
That was the first night up at City West, that was, wasn't it?
What?
That was the first protest at City West, I think.
Yeah, and we actually stopped 2 buses from going in as well. I used to have that live stream. Don't know where the fuck it's gone. I don't know what happened to it. Well, literally, like that, I must be on actually my other phone. Them phones that's broke. I have to get fixed.
I was at that.
Yeah, do you remember there was buses trying to? I remember definitely one bus trying to get in, and we stopped that bus from going in. But there was thousands of people.
Was that when Baldy was fucking getting protected by his little fucking minions?
Yeah, they fucking like a bubble of lefties around them.
Yeah.
And he was standing at the back of it, and then he realised, like, when they fucking went to walk off, they had to turn around, and you want to see him scurrying to the front because he realised as soon as their protesters turned around, he was actually the nearest one to all of us. You know what I mean? Because he was at the back of it, then he was like, "Oh shit, let me get to the front," and all the way down the road, refugees are welcome here, holding their tails in between their legs. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that all died down after. Like, if people just had to put the pressure on and kept the pressure on right from the start, lads, you wouldn't be in this mess, man. You know what I mean? Like, we
No, we
wouldn't.
That fucking, do you remember that sideshow Bob that was up at fucking Soyak? And he started
Yeah.
speaking Irish. He
Yeah.
needs a box in the jaw. That thing needs a box in the jaw.
Yeah, you want to
Bob.
be careful, bro, because he could be a TD in your area. I'm telling you now, man. People before profit are grown. You don't realise, like, the support that, like, Conor Reddy and all have up and around their areas now, boys. Like, there's gonna be a lot of people before profit TDs in our government.
That cunt has no support up here.
Yeah, man, Adelaide.
No, he doesn't.
You don't.
I'm telling you, he doesn't. I fucking know. Like, I know my area well.
Kitty, you know your area well. He's an elected councillor for your area, bro. That means.
Yeah, I know. He only got in by the skin of his teeth. Like, literally.
Nah, he didn't claim the last seat. Did he not top the poll in your area?
No, he didn't. No.
He is well trained anyway.
What's the name of your what's your hold on, what's his name? Dara Adelaide.
They're Adelaide, yeah.
Sideshow Bob.
It shows the councillor Dara Adelaide. Where's this fucking okay? I know electoral area Clondalkin. So is that just what it is? Like, there's no like Clondalkin fucking this or that, is there?
Just Clondalkin, yeah. Just put him down on the Clondalkin, yeah.
Right, Clondalkin results. Local election results. Right, where is he? He did. He came. He did, Giddy.
He got elected in on first preference.
The five. Hold on, right? No, that's Fairhouse, both on the green. Right, yeah, Clondalkin, 7. Yeah, the 7 seats in your area.
Yeah.
Results overview, right? So, right, where's the end?
Yeah, John Gilligan. Yeah, not one saying John fucking Trevor Gilligan. He got in, I think.
Right, folks. Yeah, well, if Trevor got in, then Darren Adelaide did, because right, was that first count selected.
Paddy.
He got elected on the 15th count. He did. Well, he got elected with 1,140. He got more than Trevor Gilligan, Fianna Fáil.
Yeah, well,
he got more than your man Willie Keardy. Like,
William Keardy got laughed out, but he did.
William Keardy.
Yeah, he like, I know what the story is with the people's.
Yeah, but he's a councillor for your area, though.
Yeah, I know that, but what I'm saying to you is, you get like with the mind the people up here, nobody likes him. Nobody wants to know.
So the 7 councillors for your area are Francis.
Yeah, come here, Kev. Do you know that he lives like literally across the road from me?
Yeah, I know.
He won't look me in the face.
Listen, Dara Adelaide came 2nd in your local area, just behind independent Francis Timmins. So, like,
Francis Timmins, how the fuck that thing got in, I don't know. He went off over to Labour, he did.
Well, yeah, there's one foreigner. There many foreigners was on your York. There was 2 foreigners who ran in your area. 3 actually. Ola Cahir got 144 votes. Rizvi Mahim got 30. Where's the cunt? No,
did Glenn not get in? No.
Victor Kozrev. Glenn, I don't see Glenn here. Is Glenn not? Yeah, it was Glenn not. Is he not a different area in Clondalkin?
No, he's my area.
Is he? I don't see him, huh? Glenn.
And you had that fucking weirdo that's dressed as a fucking woman,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, how's that? No, right. Tara Adelaide, William Keardy, Linda de Courcy.
Linda de Courcy, she's bang on.
Trevor Gilligan, Owen O'Brien, and Shirley O'Hara.
Owen O'Brien's a wanker. That's not Owen O'Brien Sinn Féin. That's Owen O'Brien.
No, it's not. Social Democrats. That's even worse.
Yeah, he's a wanker. He's a fucking big-headed wanker.
Yeah,
And
man, in my area, right? Where is it now, right? That was Luke. Oh, no, that's south of me.
me and Boots stopped, do you know Owen O'Brien from Sinn Féin?
Yeah.
We stopped him outside where we were, well, when we came out of the place where we go, and had a good fucking chat with him in the rain, but he's the delusional cunt, isn't he, Boots?
Yeah, you.
The things he was coming out with, we were asking him what's it coming. I still got that recording though. I still got that, I have.
Oh, you have you?
Yeah, I still have that, yeah. And me and Mousy, we went up to, up the Crooks Lane, and we were talking to the security guard, making it sound like that it's lucrative for them to tell us the information. So they told us that people before Profit were up there. Baldy was up there himself. And he's the one who was getting a doctor up there twice a week. Now, people are waiting 2-3 weeks to be seen by a fucking doctor. But them cunts were going out, getting GPs and bringing them up to Crooks Lane and fucking getting them all serviced by GPs up in Crooks Lane. And then we found out the name of the security company that is running the whole show up there. They're an English company. Do you know what I mean? It's... what we're against is fucking unbelievable. The money that's being thrown about like fucking confetti. Do you know how much you think a security guard gets here for doing that job? Just out of curiosity, anybody?
You get about a 1 hour a day. What job are you on about?
Doing security for the iPass centres.
Yeah, don't know how much.
They're on 1,200 quid a week.
1,200 a week?
Yeah, after the tax man hits them.
Can you get me a job?
I'm just about to say the same fucking thing.
1,200 after tax.
I tell you, we'd be ideal for security for them fucking places. Don't put up with none of that shit.
We've been saying to people about crowns.
They were going against their own people.
Security in there. We want security because we even kept the contractors out. You know what I mean?
It's not danger money at all. It's people that are in the UK that I know this because a friend of mine does security in the UK, and she and many others are being offered a contract over here.
Don't you? But like fuck all at the same time. I think that's mad. Like, you know what I mean? You're one of these people that like knows everything but fuck all at the same time.
What do you mean? I know fuck all at the same time.
Yeah, like you know everything. Like, you talk, but like you talk bollocks. Like, you get me? Like when you listen to Giddy speak, you're like, yeah, he knows everything. But then when you finish listening to him speak, you're like, nah, he knows fuck all. Like,
How do you know I know fuck all though?
Because I'm here listening to you.
Well, I'm telling you what I know.
Well, I know everything, and I know you know fuck all.
Well, I know everything, and you know fuck all.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, I have a bigger brain than you.
No, you have a bigger belly and a bigger head. That's it.
At the end of the day, I'm saying what it is, and
you
that's
have a
what it
bigger head
is.
you have a bigger head than me, but it's mostly just air in there, airhead.
Yeah.
CO2 is popping out them ears there, Kev.
What?
Too much smoke in them ears.
Oh, not enough. I'm only loading them up now. Well, I'm only buzzing. No, but no, look, fucking, like, yeah, I don't know. The country's gone to shit, lads. Where's the guns? Give me the guns. I need the guns.
Well, nobody's done fuck all, have they really?
Give me a gun and the right amount of money, or blow anyone's head off.
Well, this thing now with the Muslims marching to the GPO, I think this is a show of strength.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think they're coming out now to show the numbers.
Like Paul was saying earlier, like, right, he's fucking, like.
Well, you agree with Kev? Go over onto Kev's then. Good luck.
But see, don't be getting your knickers in a twist, you.
No, we'll just block them out here. I don't give a fuck.
Them fucking triple XL yokes that like bleeding bed sheets. Don't be getting them.
They don't want to listen to it. They can go somewhere else, can't they?
Yeah, no, listen, I'm only messing. What were we saying there just before that? Because I was onto something there. Immediately after that, what were we saying there? Oh yeah, about the GPO, yeah. Excuse me, the GPO boys, like Paul was saying, it's nothing new. It's the same thing with Crow Park. Like, I remember sharing the yoke for that Muslim Eid thing in Crow Park last year as well, and like nobody paid any attention of it at all. Nobody. I shared it about 4 years ago, in 2021, and nobody gave a fuck about like it's not what it seems to me now. It seems that like people that like see like the political heads, except but then again I can't even say that because it's not who's organising this counter thing on Friday.
There's nobody organising it. It's just fucking people turning up at it
Who put the oak out for it first? Like, where's it coming from or what? What's the
everywhere and anybody.
Yeah, because people are going to. That's why, but you know that's no the answer you just gave there, Giddy. That's the wrong answer, man. Because nobody goes to these things. You know, it's the first thing that people say.
I know this already, Kev. I've been there.
Who's organising this thing on the weekend? Oh, I don't know. Or I'm not going to that anymore. There are, you know what I mean?
Personally, I think I'm wasting my breath. Personally, I just think I'm not even going to bother my arse with it anymore.
No, like seriously, lads. You know, you get a lot of people saying, "No, I'm not gonna bother." Protest the weekend, and then they go right. But like fucking, there. Look, someone Paul O'Neill, Gemma O'Doherty highlighted first aid in Crow Park and protested it. There you go. So I mean, like, where's it? Oh, so is that why the likes of Maliki and everybody else won't go now because Gemma O'Doherty done it first? Like, you know, like it's that's seems to be that since people have gone political, they've got politicalized. It's like now it's
all
they turn
up on the 4th? Will they turn up on the 4th? That's what I'm going to ask. Are they going to turn up on the 4th? Is Maliki Stevens going to turn up on the 4th?
No, he didn't turn up to the thing at last 2 weeks at fucking whatever, like, you know what I mean? At the last fucking Muslim thing on his doorstep, man. Like that. Like this is what I'm saying, Kitty. Like it only seems to me now that people are going politicalized or they're going political. They seem to think that everything like it's like this now. Them gathering at the GPO, it's a problem. You know what I mean? All that shit that's going on, it's a problem. But it wasn't a problem before they were elected. You know what I mean? It wasn't a problem before all this shit. Like this is the thing. It's like
it's all going down to supporting certain people. It's nothing to do with supporting certain people. If you give a fuck, you'll be there. If you're not going to give a fuck, you won't be there. Simple as that.
That's it. Like, and I really hope, like, that's I even said it to Ferg the last time about the other one. I said, yeah, look at this is the crack. This is what's going on. I was like, you're the only man, and whoever attended that protest outside Crow Park, Maliki's doorstep is in Ongarson, County Louth. Yeah, he's from the inner city. His family are from town, etc. That's what we say. His doorstep. He's a local councillor for that area. But even with that though, there like that, I firmly believe a local councillor shouldn't live outside the local area. Same with TD. How can the TD claim to represent an area that they don't live in? How can they claim to know the problems, etc.? You know what I mean? I go back to my earlier question as well. If he's living in Drogheda now, right, or County Louth now, right, wherever the fuck it is, what's he done for the people of North Inner City? How many people in Maliki Steens' local electoral area has he got housed? Can anybody at all, like anyone know one person who he's helped get housed? Like that, do you know what I mean? That's it. Like it's plain and simple. But yeah, I'm just reading that comment there, Suzanne. Nice one, yeah. But see Susan and Paul, yeah, they're the ones that got me thinking about that cunt. I'm telling you now, man. For months and for years, walking around down roads, me, Paul, Suzanne, the little fella on the push bike, and the dog. I can't forget the dog. They always have the dog with them. And just listening to them and saying, we live around here, Kev. We know what he's like. We know what his family's like. And I was just like, where are you? He was at the old mad cunts. You know what I mean? Well, listen, the are two mad cunts, yeah? I'd stick to that, but they're 100% mad cunts. You know what I mean? Like that too. So, you know Paul and Suzanne, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not. You
know
what I mean? Yeah, like they're like you heard them there, like they're at this shit years, boys, and like they were mainly the ones, along with a few other people, and seeing from my own eyes as well the shit that he's doing, he's done with the snaky meetings with Sinn Féin. Only told the people of East Wall after their meetings happened when nothing productive came. You know what I mean? The time, and yeah, this is another one as well, actually. If any of you can find it, it would be greatly appreciated, especially you, Suzanne and Paul. Do you remember a couple of years ago, the Hold the Line at RTE? Maliki Steenson put a statement out on behalf of the East Wall Committee or the East Wall Protest Group. This statement was widely available and easily got on social media up until last year. Don't know where the fuck it's gone to. But a very good friend of mine asked me could I get my hands on that. So if anybody can find, they basically Maliki put out a statement for anybody who doesn't know, right? We used to do these HTL yokes, hold the line, right? Not protest. We just used to go out with boards, etc. Yeah, and stand outside RTE or stand on the side of the road. Never block traffic, anything like that. Yeah, literally just called hold the line. Stand there with your boards, information drops and all. Yeah, and we literally went out to the one in RTE before. Yeah, go on to my YouTube channel, right? Go straight down to the thing, right down to the very end. On my first 2 or 3 videos that they protest at RTE, right? Great crowd we had, and then at the end we did walk up the road. Gavin and Clive, Gav Pepper and Clive Dempsey are actually leading the march, yeah. And Maliki put a statement out the night before, and he said, on behalf of the East Wall protest group, we will not be attending tomorrow's Hold the Line event. I will be attending it personally myself, and I will be standing at the side of it. He said where the stairs are, and he says, "Oh, so if anybody from the East Wall group is attending the protest at RTE tomorrow, that's where you'll find me. Thanks very much." Like, he's a snaky, sleeving bastard, boys. He has been from the get-go. And I, like I said, I for one, I put some of the shit aside because it's like, right, let's go. We're constantly listening to people. We're constantly seeing Maliki doing these bad things with their own eyes. You know what I mean? That's it. So that's it. Yeah, look.
Well, all this shit that's going on, Kev, to be honest with you, like, I'm just going to fuck it off me.
Listen, Maliki steps, I guarantee you, right? Maliki, as much as he might say he's the one that's bringing the movement forward, this, forward, that. If Maliki stepped away from this movement tomorrow, yeah, and we had a new leader, I guarantee you the numbers grow overnight.
No, like, I'm being honest. I'm packing it in from tonight. I won't be back up on this. I won't be fucking doing any TikToks, none of that bollocks anymore.
What?
Give it a week.
Just not going to waste me breath with it anymore.
No, well, look at that.
Must be our bollocks.
That's what
people are saying. All I want to say, just respond to your man in the comments there, right? Maliki is all right. Right, listen to this, yeah. Maliki first came out the Q-Lock, right? And tried to fucking put his foot down on the protest, right? And tried to demand that local people didn't run, and he left it to Rowan Croft, right? Rowan Croft, aka Gran Torino, for anybody who knows, right? Know who he is? He used to work in the British Army, right, as an engineer during the Troubles, yeah. And this is all factual, not bullshit, right? He was an engineer during the Troubles in Northern Ireland, right? So that's worse than a soldier to me. That's like if bridges were getting blown up, he was repairing them. If guns were getting like damaged, he was repairing them. Same with vehicles, repairing all those things so the Brits could go back in and invade Ireland. Yeah, Maliki Stevenson pushed that man in the local elections. Maliki, he's the reason that I'm not sitting here as Councillor Kevin Coyle now, because Maliki Stevenson pushed Rowan Croft, a Brit fucking soldier, in the local elections, all because Rowan Croft was part of their clique. Rowan Croft was part of their crew. Rowan Croft was someone they could get in the ear of. You know what I mean? They could control, and they knew me, Kevin. I'm not backing Kevin Coyle because, you know, why am I not backing Kevin Coyle? Because I can't control him. That's why. Kevin Coyle won't listen to me. Kevin Coyle won't go off my manifesto. Kevin Coyle won't do what I want him to do. Kevin Coyle will do what he wants to do. And that's why they didn't get it. As much as we don't like RTE and mainstream media and all, they all reported the lads. They all reported it, yeah, saying if Rowan Croft hadn't have ran, I would have topped the poll outright. Like, I would have won the poll outright. Like, do you get me? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so like, if he's all right, like, why wouldn't you, for the betterment of the area and for the betterment of the country and all, right? Why not back a local lad? Why back a Brit instead? I rest my case.
I'll put it this way to you. I should have fucking listened to the lads there fucking last year, really, because they were saying to me, don't be in around where Maliki is, don't go near him. He's a fucking whitewash. Yeah,
what do you think they're bypass, Giddy? Look at the work they do. Look at the fucking work they do.
There'd be nothing there without them. That's what I'm saying.
Still, and they're bypassed. Why are they bypassed? Because they won't fucking listen to him.
And when has he ever come out to anywhere that we've been?
Never been to the Soyak.
Never been to any of them.
No. This is what I'm saying as well, lads. A real leader of the movement has to be willing to travel the length and breadth of the country for all these protests, right? Malky showed face in Cork there 2 weeks ago, right? First time in 4 years since the Cork protests are happening, yeah? And he only went down because he knew it was going to be a big one. I often stood in Cork in the lash in the rain with 10, 20 people, heavily outnumbered by all the lefty cunts and all, yeah? Did I give a fuck? No, because I knew what I was doing was right. Yeah, Maliki had to be like, what did he do? He fucking, when the trouble happened in Newtown, Mount Kennedy, he called the protest for Dublin. Do you know what I mean?
Are we looking for him to lead us? We don't. That's the problem, Bob. Nobody wants to be led. Nobody wants to be led. We don't need leaders.
Listen, I'd happily support, right? I'd happily support somebody who knows what they're doing and someone who's not a bogey, shady cunt. I don't want Maliki Steenson potentially like being the leader of this movement, right, and potentially getting into the doll and affecting. I don't want Maliki Steenson affecting my children's future. Absolutely not.
We'd be forgotten about if he got in.
Legislation and rules affecting my kids' future. Absolutely not. The way I look at it is, I'd rather the current Taoiseach now like be in charge of my children's future than Maliki Steenson, because at least you know with this government, you know what you're fucking getting. You can prepare for the future. Anyone who thinks Maliki Steenson won't do a U-turn if he gets elected is neither fucking reality.
Well, people that know me, when I make up my mind, I make up my mind. And trust me, I won't be doing anything to do with protest from today on.
Yeah, giddy. You know yourself. Do you remember the time in the Garden of Remembrance about 18 months ago when there was a good few thousand people there, a load of older women? Like, it was actually one of the protests that I seen, the amount of elderly. There was fucking hundreds of them. And literally all he done was brought them on a lap around the Rotunda. And none of them have been back. There's hundreds, there's thousands of people that walked away from this movement because of him, literally leading people around the fucking block. We're not getting anywhere.
I'm leaving it for the simple fact, Kev, because there's too many big heads trying to get in the door, and they're not all fitting at one go. And at the end of the day, you might as well blow fucking smoke from your arse, because people just come onto the. Listen, I'd say it straight out. People come onto these fucking lives and come onto the TikTok and whatever else. And to be fair, it's not going to get us nowhere. It's a load of bollocks. It's like, that's me done with it.
You know yourself, right? You know yourself, yeah?
It's not really a load of bollocks, Kitty. You're still getting the word out there to
this platform saying that
of people.
Go to that,
yeah, getting it out there to thousands of people, but thousands of people don't turn up, Mousy.
That's what I'm saying. How many people have we been on TikTok and all with, boys? You going to protest weekend? Yeah, 100%. Come to protest, our phones are off.
Leon, I'm just sick of fucking that bit now.
They're waiting and almost like until 10 o'clock that night, phone back on, jumping back up on the space or a TikTok live, and they're like, oh, I was out all day and that this. Like, do you remember, Giddy, before the local elections, there was about 20 people who was going to run in the local elections. How many end up running? I would remember the group that we had on TikTok last year.
Yeah.
About 20 of us, and most of us were going to run. I was the only one out of that group who ended up running.
This is what I'm saying. It all falls to Sunday. Like these groups, all these fucking TikToks, all these YouTube, everything is designed to fucking slow it down and to stop it. If it's going to be stopped, if people are so fucking hard done by and they really want to pull their head together, well, let's see it go get a charge sheet, because I know too many people that have been along this journey with, that have been arrested, that can't go near fucking Arden because of the cops holding it off for 2 and 3 years. You know what I'm talking about, Kev. And at the end of the day, the real people that are doing something, that are actually showing their fucking faces at these places, they're the ones that are fucking getting all the shit. Well, everybody's sitting online and they're going, oh yeah, well done, did, but they never show their fucking face. Do you know what I mean?
You know
so
the problem is too many people live streaming. If people put out, say, for the next protest, saying Waterford, right, and just say, right lads, this one goes for you.
I don't need a break. I'm just going to leave it.
Live streaming. Yeah, but if you put it out there on social media, say, right, lads, nobody's live streaming the protest in Waterford the weekend. Nobody. So if you want to see what's happening, you're going to need to go. And that's the problem. How many people do you see? Are you going live the weekend? Are you going live? No, we are, yeah, this and that. Are you going to protest? No, I can't. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm telling you, that's the problem, man. Down with the phones and fucking, that's it, man. Like,
yeah, have a good think about it, Giddy.
No,
It's
when I
pure
get off
enough
this,
that
I'll be
bullshit.
deleting my account and I won't be back on it.
We know where you live, Kitty. We just go up and tear you out like that.
I'm moving back to Manchester.
I know Manchester. Where you go? Look, we're going to pull you out like that for the head.
You still can't find me in Manchester.
We have contacts, bro.
What's it, fucking 8 million people or something in there?
8 million people.
I think it is,
But there's only one Giddy.
Robert, I won't be stopping what I'm doing. I'm going to carry this on to the day I drop.
We wake up in
100%.
the morning here, mouse start dropping.
You just don't know, do you? You just don't know.
It's the only thing guaranteed in life, lads.
No, I'll be straight up. Like, I've been thinking about this for a while because I've been going up onto the lives, right? And
are you going back now? But seriously, are you going back to Manchester? Are you thinking about it?
no, I'm not going back to Manchester. Fuck that. No.
No,
I'm
but
only messing.
you're getting caught up in so many lives with these people like cannons and
It's not
fucking
canon. No,
AIDS
no, it's
and
not that. No,
sympathies.
I'll tell you what it is. No, hold on. I'll tell you what it is.
You're
No,
going to get
hold on.
caught up in that.
No, hold on.
Mr. T talks about you as if you're the fucking hitman.
Yeah, but hold on a minute.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Mr. T has Giddy nearly on the rope and book it.
Yeah.
Come here. It's nothing to do with that. I'm sick of going up onto these lives and everybody every time saying that they'll turn up to this, they'll turn up to that. And when you do turn up to these places, I'm talking about the smaller places like the iPass centres and everything else. When you walk up and you see the same old faces all the fucking time, and you look back and you go,
remember the reception me, you, and Danny got in Clonmel, for fuck's sake?
Yeah.
We rocked down at 9 o'clock at night after driving down from Dublin there to show a bit of support to Clonmel. This was the day after they were after getting smashed up and the migrants now going into the hotel.
He's very welcome.
We goes down, 3 or 4 women sat at the entrance at the fire. They were like, "Oh, how is lads?" And we were like, "How's it going, ladies?" And we'll just come down on the drive from Dublin just to show a bit of support, blah, blah, blah. "Oh, no problem. Thanks very much. You're more than welcome," he says. I'm just going to have a little look around there. "No problem." Walks over with the gang of 4 blokes. Remember the 4 blokes, Giddy?
I do. I remember.
Walked over, 3 of them. Clear as
sitting
day.
there licking the fucking balls of a copper.
Yeah, it's not remember that before that when we walked over.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, yeah.
And the 3 of them literally just clear as day, boys. Just walked straight off, looked us up and down, and walked straight off, right? One of them stood there talking to us for 5 minutes. A cop or the guy that drove in, right, stared at us 3. There was 4 of us actually. Me, Giddy, his mate, and his board, right? And the guy that drove in stared at us. 5 minutes later, there's a copper standing beside the 3 blokes, right? Watching Giddy's live stream. Giddy was live streaming on TikTok, just doing a little video. And the lads are watching, right? Because then you hear it in the video. The bloke that was standing there talking to us, he gets called over with them. He's like, "Yeah, wherever's the Peter there, come here." And he looks, and
walk away there.
over, and then you hear them in it, like, and then you look across the car park, and the same guard that were literally caving their heads in the night before, they were standing there laughing with them, just smiling, joking, keeping
having
them warm.
cups of tea with them.
Bearing in mind, the locals were keeping the guard warm with blankets and hot coffee and tea over a flask. Not even 24 hours after the guard are caving their fucking heads in. Yeah, and we were made to feel horrible. We drove down, and I mean, what to take us, Giddy, an hour and a half to drive down, and we literally stayed there for 20 minutes and left.
And we would have stayed there longer if we felt welcome, but you could feel that we weren't welcome to be there. And it's like I say, with the likes of Crooks Lane, the likes of fucking City West later on, the likes of Soyak, the likes of fucking all these other places that we went to, Outrat Mines and everything else. Yeah, everybody putting their hands up and going, yeah, they're there, and nobody fucking turned up. Nobody ever there for you. Never. Always the same fucking people, always the same faces. And it does get disheartening, and it does piss you off, but you just kind of hold it back and you don't say fuck all about it.
Yeah.
But Giddy, you can imagine the celebrations on TikTok. If you found out you left, you packed it all in.
No, don't like that. All that aside, right, Giddy? I agree with you, bro.
They can celebrate what they want, Mousy. I don't care.
How many times, lads, how often do you come onto TikTok, right? And it's the same 2 people, or it's the same 3 people, And how many times have you heard them saying, I'm not going over to that Cannon's Live anymore. I'm not going over to this. And then he goes on to TikTok there the other day, and one of them was crying, saying that I want to kill myself and all because of what Cannon and Mr. T is saying about them. And I'm like, I thought like Cannon was like 3 years ago as new as like, you know what I mean? 2-3 years ago as new as but like I understand the new people who are only coming across them now, but the certain people who we all knocked about with in the same circles are still saying after everything they've always said, stay out of the lifestyle. Yeah, I will. I'm not gonna bother going. And then you see them like nearly willing to top themselves online because of them. Like some people just can't stay off them. Like it's
Kev, like if you like what they've tried to do to me fucking my own family, like me missus and me sister, yeah. My sister was in intensive care for 3 months. I don't know whether you know that or not.
Yeah, you were saying.
And she's lost part of her brain basically, yeah.
Oh, memory, you know.
Yeah, like the different things happening to her, yeah. But what they've done is they knew this, and what they done was they were sending her messages saying they're gonna knife me, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna burn me, they're gonna do this. And any decent sister in their fucking right mind will say, nah, nobody's doing that to my fucking brother. And she thought she was somehow protecting me, but the abuse that she took in there of them, like, I'd do life if I ever caught them for that. Do you know what I mean?
I actually got into Crooksling, Patricia Buckley, and like what you mean? You actually got into Crooksling? Like I was on the grounds. I was on the grounds myself of Crooksling. I was on the grounds many a times. Like I didn't like that whole Crooksling thing from the start, right? Because the other group, the Blessington or the Crooksling Blessington group, right? Now it's a totally different group apparently to the Blessington I Pass Says No group, but they used to come up and they used to move our banners, move our boards, and all this other shit, like, you know what I mean? Talk about, oh, that's the far right over there. Don't stand with the far right. And then we told them, like, listen, all your loved ones were more than likely killed in here and were moved around the country during a stressful time, causing a lot more stress on them. I was like, and now they're filling this up with migrants, like, and we exposed all that to them, yeah, and then they turned their backs on us. Emma Higgins, the TD, Fianna Fáil TD or Fianna Gael TD, bearing in mind, she put out a newsletter in black and white, posted it in all the houses around Rathcoole, Saggart, Newcastle, etc., blessing them out, saying, oh, don't be listening to the vicious lies and misinformation about the far right. Crooksling former nursing home is not going to be used for migrants, blah, blah, blah. Not even a week later, not even 2 weeks later, was there was migrants in. And I caused murder with them. Do you remember at the time, I think it was Paddy's weekend, when they wanted them all moved out of fucking town and they wanted them all moved up to Crooksling, and then that was when all the shit, remember a load of them walked out. I drove, when I got a lift up, I jumped out of the car and I caused murder with them all. I said, I fucking told you. So I stood there in that camp, I says, a few nights ago to you, I says, and I told you the situation. I says, what happened in my family? I says, not even 5 minutes down that fucking road. I says, and all you stood there saying to me, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. That's this, that's that. Because we told you what this place was going to be. I says, and you went and listened to a TD, a current sitting TD in the government. I says, Fianna Gael, Emma Higgins. I says, you was listening to her and you was turned your backs on us. I says, and now look what you're doing. I says, now he's a fucking crying for help off the far right. I says, because your fucking nursing home's gone. He says, well, if he's hadn't started, it's all bullshit. Like that. Listen, people don't realise, lads, a lot of people around, like, say, Blessington way, not even North County Dublin way, like, you know, like kind of just out, almost like the sticks part of Dublin, just like the County Dublin, rural County Dublin. Like, they will listen to anybody apart from us, lads. Anybody. Like, you had a TD stood there, loyal to their, you know what I mean? And they still go and fucking. So, like, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think areas like that are never going to listen to people like us. They're going to put that trust in the TDs they've been voting for all their lives, haven't they? Like, unfortunately, that's the thing, boys. They're sick of even talking about it, to be honest. It's mentally draining as well. You know, it's a lot of bollocks.
What's the story, Jerry?
Giddy's taking the mick, isn't he, about not going to shit anymore now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be back.
No, I'm actually going to drop now, guys. I'll talk to you all later.
Oh, see that.
Yeah.
He's not. he just has his knickers in a twist. No, but look,
You know, you really serious or what?
I haven't the
You
clue.
fucking drop.
he did drop.
Oh, shit.
Giddy, if you're listening, bro, you're letting them win. You're
Yeah.
letting them win. No, look, yeah, I totally get where he's coming from. That's totally because we've been banging the same drum the last 5 years. Like, there's not much banging of that drum left, unfortunately.
It needs to change, and it seems to be getting like going in drips and drabs everywhere. You know, everybody just wants a piece of it rather than come together.
There's too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be. I keep saying them, man. Everybody wants to be the leader until it's going to be time to be getting carted off to jail. We see who want to be the leader. We'll see who has. We'll see who the first ones are with their hands out. Stick them handcuffs on me there. Yeah, I'm the leader. You'll see that then. They'll be all running, terrified of their life. I'm not the leader. Yeah, well, last week we had you on video here last week in the Customs House saying, I'm the leader of this new Ireland, this new movement. Oh, that's on your figure of speech. Yeah, well, think about that when you're doing your 60 year in prison, can't you? I'm telling you, man, you know what they're like, Boots? Threaten with arrest, threaten with jail.
Yeah.
They shit themselves.
That's why they brought out that thing you couldn't wear the mask so they could pinpoint who they were going to target.
Yeah.
And possible speakers, you know, people that could have covered their face and talked to, not afraid to talk in front of the camera, you know, and then they banned the mask now because now they know who's actually talking.
Yeah, but even all these rules and laws and all that they're bringing in now, man, like they're even being changed, so they're breaking them themselves because they're letting left-wingers stand there with masks and all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's not like
men turning up dressed as women. You have Muslim women walking around with a burqa on them, but yet you have a problem with people wearing a mask. Where a couple of years ago, you got locked up and you're fucking fine or something.
That could be it. I let you on that thinking about that too. Why don't we all just get burqas? Because the guard, they can't, like, by law, they can't tell you to take that off. You're covered head to toe in one of them black yolks and a bucket and all on your head. Like, how are you going to be able to tell the Irish on it?
Can you imagine us all going around with burqas on, huh?
So what would they do? I thought this was a nationalist movement. Haha, no motherfucker, we fool you. This is Muslim one. We standing there with Ireland flags. They're all dressed in burqas. No, well, look, we'll see what happens Friday, won't we? Listen.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do. Persuade your lad to go in or see what the crack is.
A vote for me is a vote for the burqa.
I'm definitely going in for Friday anyway.
I'll make it mandatory for you all to wear them. Do as I say, not as I do.
A burger for me.
Me and my wife and children will be walking around burqa free. Well, all of ye listen to me.
Burqa clavers, yeah.
No, listen, that's. But here, did you see the fucking them Reform UK cunts? Well, not country, but the Reform UK. They tried to get a motion passed to ban the burqa. See that? And it failed miserably. It didn't pass. Like, I don't think it got one vote for it.
I'd like to see now how this no Palestinian march thing is now is going to turn out in England.
What?
They're at the banning Palestinian marches now in England.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, so anything got to do with Gaza or anything like that now is considered a terrorist organisation.
But you know what? Now, though, right now, that just proves their alignment to Israel.
Oh yeah, so they were the founders of the state.
It's the same with the Irish government, Boot. You see it, right? They will say, "Oh yeah, what's happening in Palestine is an atrocity. Like, it's terrible. It's this and that." But they won't ban. Like, they went as far as banning the Israeli ambassador, which that eventually, lads, in the long term, people don't realize is going to have drastic effects on Ireland, like banning the Israeli ambassador out of Ireland, right? Listen, we all take the piss out of, like, you know, especially me. I always comment free Israel, comment Israel flags and all, right? because it drives me mad when people are fucking protesting for Palestine in Ireland, right? I support Palestine myself, lads. Of course I do. Same way I support the children in Afghanistan, in Jordan, Sudan, in Russia, in Ukraine. Like, yeah, everywhere, right? But I don't support any of that over my own. Yeah. If Ireland was like a prospering country, if it was great, it was booming financially, fucking economically, everything, right? Absolutely. And I make no qualms about it. I'd be standing in O'Connell Street with a Palestine flag as well. Only if my country was running 100% smoothly. Absolutely no problems. Yeah, of course I would. Yeah, absolutely. But our country is on its knees. Our country is falling by the way. So like, it's literally like our country, never mind any person being on death's door. Our country, our nation is on death's door. Like our country cannot take much more of this, lads. I can't, and that's why, like, it's. But like the Irish government, what did they do? Fucking last month, they voted against banning the Israeli bonds. They won't enact the occupied territories. Now, I understand why they won't enact the occupied territories bill, because our shelves, boys, our shelves are fucking empty already. A lot of shelves in a lot of shops are empty already, right? They pass that fucking occupied territories bill, right? We will have nothing. Like nothing. People don't realize Israel control 90% of what's out there. Like, do you know what I mean? Like seriously, and like the government, that's all they hear about. Oh, Benjamin Netanyahu, it's terrible on this, it's terrible on that. Yeah, but like, what about the tens of thousands of innocent children, Palestinian children like that? He's after being blown up right now. Although I'm saying this, right, it's still pissing me off that those same Palestinian children are getting flown over to Ireland for healthcare and medical care over our own children who are waiting years for operations over scoliosis and many other fucking healthcare issues. Like, you know what I mean? Although I feel bad for the Palestinians, yeah, like look after our own first. No, like it's that simple.
Right, I was going to close down this live. I'm going to have a chat with your lad and see what the crack is with him.
Yeah, see what the crack is. Tell him to give us a shout. He has my number, yeah?
Yeah, I had him give you a shout, yeah.
Peace out, lads.
See there. Yeah, see there, Boots.
Take it easy, lads.
Nice to everybody for coming in. And I'll be live again tomorrow on the Mousy channel. So tune in. Be the afternoon. How are you, Bridget? Yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. And don't worry, we'll have the kitty back. He'll be back next week, don't worry. Be back tomorrow. Take care, to Ireland. Frank, yeah, take care. Paddy, Aaron, Finola. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow anyway. Be in town. See you later, Lockery. Chucky, Lady Ray, take care. You and Paul. No worries, Robert. Nice and we're out. Nice and we're tuning in. We'll have a chat with your dad, see what the crack is with him. I'll see you all there, yeah? Take care.